You're listening to Living Podcariously, bringing you real men's perspectives, unfiltered, unapologetic, and uncensored. Recorded live in the Living Podcariously studio in world-famous Cocoa Beach, Florida.
What's your name? What's your name? Who's your daddy? Who's your daddy? He rich. Is he rich like me? Has he taken any time to show you what it means to live? Tell it to me.
And welcome to Living Podcariously. I don't even remember what episode number we're on. I think we're in the high 30s somewhere, Andrea. I'm not exactly sure. 37, 38, 30, somewhere in there. We'll figure it out later when we go actually post it. I'm Adam. I'm one of your hosts tonight. Tack is out. Sitting in for Tack in his seat this week is Miss Andrea.
Oh, I'm not sitting in for Tack.
Well, you're in his seat. I mean, you're not sitting in for him, but you're in his seat.
Technically, this is my seat. This is my everyday chair.
I guess that's a good point.
So Tack sits in my seat once a week.
Yeah, okay. All right. So that's Andrea.
Let's start that one over. Now, just...
Holy shit, Neil Diamond. Are we going to do this over again?
Yeah, no kidding.
Hi, I'm Andrea Joy. I meant introducing myself. Not starting.
Perfect.
Wait, let me do it again. No. Okay, good.
We've also got, as always...
What's up? I'm Jay Alvarez.
Jay Alvarez is here. And to fill the big shoes of Tack officially, because he's out this week.
Well, now I'm filling in for Andrea, because Andrea's filling in for
Shut up, bitch. We don't like you.
He's got a good point. He is on the Lady Chase tonight, so sitting
I am on the sexy woman couch.
But he's
on the
not
Lady
laying
Chase.
how I usually lay on it.
I can't do that.
He probably is wearing
I'm not
underwear,
comfortable
too.
enough with my sexuality.
You know what? I've never noticed a lady chase is actually leopard print.
Yeah. Yes,
Holy
it is.
shit.
Yes.
I
But
just
that
try
is-
to imagine you guys not fucking on this couch when I'm sitting on it.
There is nothing in this house.
No, he doesn't really like it. It doesn't work very good.
It's
so
too-
cool.
it's too spongy.
Yeah, that night, the chase over there, that other one.
What about shower sex? Do you guys like shower?
Welcome to everyone's favorite game show. What furniture have Adam and Andrea not fucked on yet?
So, anyway, in studio with us is Ray Brito from Gallows Humor Podcast.
What's up?
So, also, we have a special guest this week joining us on mic. He was with us last week, too, but... I mean, let's just admit it. It was controlled chaos last week. So, but we got Josh Wilson with us this week.
I guess.
Calm down. That's enough, Josh.
All right, so we have
that's
Ray,
We can,
Jay, and Josh.
we see-
Ray.
He took my name from me, so I mean, what else is left?
We see who the reserved one is tonight.
I get it. We got a hell of a show again this week. We're on a really, really good roll with guests and some of the bits and some of the numbers in general. It's been a really fun month, to be honest. Sitting in with us later in studio for an exclusive interview with Living Podcariously cast and friends is the band Hot Pink.
Yay!
We all like the warm pink metal.
Yeah.
Even the girls.
All 5 of the band members, the cast of Hot Pink, are going to be here, and they're potentially, Andrea, going to even bring some instruments and do a little live performance for us.
Oh, that would be cool.
Amazing.
If they did that in the future.
Yes.
In the future. Is this kind of hard to do because we've already done it and we're recording this part after they were here, so we know that it was an awesome performance.
Oh shit, that wasn't a blackout dream?
But yeah, so later in the show, and that'll be a good hour, so we'll probably use that for the towards the end of the show is going to be the interview with Hot Pink and their live performance in studio. So if you're tuning in for the first time, especially if you're a Hot Pink fan and you're tuning in for the first time to listen to them, they will be later in the show. But give us a listen, see what you think of the show. And
Well, you know what's coming up real soon, at least when everyone gets to hear this.
What?
Thanksgiving.
Oh, that's right.
Wait. I mean, sorry, that's not
Nice
really a holiday.
segue.
I'm at Black Friday.
Black Friday.
Yes, it's taken over.
Is that more of the holiday than Thanksgiving is
That
now?
has become the new holiday.
I was going to
because-
say, I think Thanksgiving's the one holiday where you don't want the hot pink metal. That comes with like salmonella and
I saw-
E. coli.
I saw a Facebook video of carvings in turkeys in...
It's amazing.
You saw that too?
Yes.
So it's they take a turkey, they take a ham, they take obviously mashed potatoes, they take the cranberries. All right, so your entire spread for Thanksgiving, and they fine carve with like scalpels and these little special carving instruments, vaginas. Perfect looking vaginas.
How do you find
in
out
all
you're
of
good
this.
at that shit?
That's a great
like
question.
on a cranberry.
Yes, they take the cranberry and they carve it out.
All
and take
of them.
No, the cranberry, like the
The cranberry juice
cranberry
or sauce.
sauce that's like gelatin type sauce. They carve a vagina in it
Oh, as a decoration.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, why not decorate with vaginas for Thanksgiving? That's what he's thankful for, I guess. This Thanksgiving.
I mean, it's where we all come from.
It's true. It's also where we all come to. Never mind.
Not all of it. Not all people.
That's true.
We don't want to discount some of our
Anyway,
listeners.
how did we get into this? We were talking about Black Friday.
All right. Yeah. Continue your Black Friday. I'm sorry. I apologize. That's me. That's just what I do.
On Black Friday?
Yeah.
You carve vaginas onto things?
I mean, I'm not really.
Oh, this is going to be your guys' first holiday, so you're going to learn so
Yeah.
much.
Yeah, that's true.
I found out the first one, so that's what he does while I go shopping, I guess.
Yes.
But I only did it one time. Really, I planned it. It was my mom's friend. I was like, I want to see what this is all about. So I waited the whole night, didn't drink a thing during Thanksgiving. Then around midnight, I had my first drink, and then we were leaving. So I made myself coffee cup, filled it tons of Kahlua in it, made myself a whole drink, took that with us shopping. I even knew, like, because just hearing stories, people are going to be waiting in line. I was going for my daughter's DS, a little DS player. And sure enough, this is when you waited in the big, long lines. But I brought myself a little folding chair. So we had that.
You got
I set it
blackout.
up.
You got blackout drunk and went Black Friday shopping?
No, I didn't get that. Wasn't there yet. It
Oh.
was while I was sitting in my chair.
I see what you did there.
That I was drinking in my chair that I brought. So I'm sitting there drinking when everyone else is all tired. And I just started drinking. So I was all pumped. So I loved everyone. And I took pictures of it was insane chaos.
See, I wasn't even trying to go where we're raised. I knew exactly what you were talking about, the blackout drunk for Black Friday. I was going to ask if you woke up with shit you don't remember buying, like getting blackout drunk and going on Amazon.
I did end up with a lot of stuff that night I didn't need. And
Gonorrhea.
last year I went with my sister again.
Lots of koozies.
And she will never shop with me again because this time I didn't drink. And I was like, can I please go home? No,
I will
no more
never.
shopping.
I will never go black shopping. Ooh, that didn't come out right. I will never go Black Friday
I
shopping.
hope you don't go black shopping.
They have some good deals, though. Everybody talks shit about Black Friday, but you get some good deals.
I admit it. I recognize the value that you're going to save by waiting in line for 4 hours to get a $12 spatula for $1. I got it. I understand the value.
Spatula.
Listen. I got a 60-inch TV. All it cost. I got a 60-inch TV. All it cost me was $40 and 3 molars. All right,
Oh. Well,
great deal.
the thing I
Yeah.
have a problem with now, though, is that Black Friday is becoming Thursday, which is Thanksgiving.
Yeah, agreed.
Thursday at 6 p.m.
Yeah, no, I don't
Some
agree
are
with that
starting
shit
at
at
3
all.
p.m. this
That's
year.
what I'm doing.
Nope.
Like, that's your
I'm standing in
family
line
time.
for a
Yep.
freaking...
Josh is shaking
what is it
his
called?
head. I think he has something to say on this.
God, it bugs me so much that people can't wait to shop. It
Yeah.
Why?
frustrates me.
Do you hate the
Like, just because you resent your family, now these guys have to go to work because you can't stay in your family for a dinner. So now they have to go to work on a holiday to support your financial responsibility.
There you go.
But
Josh
it's
is-
not because they can't stay in their family. It's just the deal.
No, bullshit. It's because
They
they,
would
can't
stay
stand
with
their
their family.
If they loved their family, they wouldn't be shopping on Thanksgiving.
But they're
I'm
buying
judging
stuff
all
for
of you.
their family.
And I say this because I have most of my family works retail, so like we have to do our dinner at like 11 a.m.
Well, just
because they all
start-
have to go to work.
Open the store later.
They don't manage the stores. It's corporate greed.
Those
It's the
people
Yeah.
need
system.
to.
Yeah.
No, them starting Black Friday
They're
at like
making people
4
leave it.
p.m. on Thanksgiving Day is like consumerism taking over, like people being with their families. So
Yeah.
it's like, oh, I'm not going to go to Thanksgiving with my family because I got to be in line for the fucking
But
Yeah.
they're
Furby
buying
or
stuff
whatever the
for
fuck.
their family.
No,
See, that's
bullshit. No.
Yeah,
You
because
gotta,
like
you got to get it in there when you can. It's
I
just
know.
that's how Spitfire it is sometimes, man.
there's this thing that my daughter wants for Christmas, that a Hatchimal. It's like a little
Yep.
things that and they don't have them anywhere, and they're only gonna have them available on Black Friday for like, I don't know, 10 minutes. You got to be in line, so it's like I have to be in line at 4 p.m. on Thanksgiving Day to get one of these fucking things.
You're not going to get one.
So, well, what I'm saying is like I have to not go to Thanksgiving dinner to be able to get one. So it's like they're kind of, I don't know.
Or you could just wait and buy it for twice as much later online.
Yeah, they have some online right now for like $250, or I can get it for like $48 on Thursday.
So that's this year's Furby.
Yes.
It is
okay.
literally,
That's
yeah.
the new thing.
It looks like a Furby.
Fuck is a Hatchimal?
It's an
Does
egg.
it really look like a
It's an
Furby?
egg that literally
Yeah.
hatches.
Yeah, it's an
This
egg,
is the
and
number
the little
one
thing
toy.
comes out of it. It's,
Yeah,
it's creepy as fuck.
My sister Jordan, Oklahoma, she already got one for her girlfriend.
My daughter wants one really fucking bad.
And she got up at like 3 o'clock in the morning and waited in line until they opened the store, and they had 2 of them for sale.
Josh,
It
do you
is
remember
like
the
the
old
Furby.
little game that you could buy and you had to
you
feed that
have
animal
The
and take
Digipets.
care? Yes,
Tamagotchi.
No, no,
Tamagotchi.
It's like
No.
that, just newer version.
No,
IRL.
it's not a game.
It's a Tamagotchi IRL.
Oh,
Is
it's
it a
not?
game? Is it a game?
No, it's a little.
It's an animal.
It's an
It
animal that
hatches.
hatches, and you have
And
to.
then it doesn't
Like,
do
more like a
anything. Your
Furby.
child loses interest.
So what
for
is it, like a stuffed animal?
It's like a Furby. Remember Furbies?
Time out.
Do it.
Oh,
hatches a stuffed animal.
Yeah.
The
Watch
stuffed
the
animal
video.
does not interact.
Yeah. No, that's
No, it does interact.
It does. So it does.
It
something.
hatches,
Like
and then
a
it like
Furby.
interacts with you and shit.
Gotcha. So it's a Furby with a plastic shell.
Yes.
Cool. I can dig it.
You miss out on a lifetime of family memories.
I mean,
so
I
your kid
want
can play
one.
with something
Yeah.
for 20 minutes.
Okay,
Yeah.
And then
I
lose
would
interest
want
in it.
one.
You what?
I would want one.
I think they're cool. Don't get me wrong, but I would never go shopping.
No, I'll wait. I'll wait until they're
Yes.
not a thing, and then I'll try it out.
Just buy.
Exactly.
Just buy a Tamagotchi.
Well, when you guys have kids, well,
already
you guys
did
have
that.
kids.
Yeah, we have kids.
we have disappointed
I think
children. You're right.
Okay.
She hasn't mentioned it, so I'm not
I
gonna.
think my 13-year-old son would hate
He doesn't want to
having
hatch a
one of
mole.
those. No.
My
I mean, he
daughter
might,
wants
but I
a-
don't think so.
A cotton candy maker,
Ooh,
so she can make butterscotch cotton candy.
that sounds good.
Josh is still looking this up. He can't believe this is what's
Josh
happening.
is fascinated.
Did you
by-
see
First
the,
Trump,
did
now
you see
this.
the video of it hatching? No, honestly, when I was like, "Oh, what is a Hatchimal?" and I fucking YouTubed it, I saw the video. Like when you watch it actually like coming out of the shell and stuff, it's kind of cool. I don't know. They didn't have shit like that.
I mean, I'm sure
5,
the
10
adults.
years ago.
I'm sure the adults when I was a kid looked at the things that I was into and thought I was stupid.
Yeah.
I have no doubt.
It's too easy.
I'm
Too
telling-
easy.
I'm
For
telling you
sure.
right, I'm telling you right now, my father buying a nightlight for his, or what was it, a light bright
Light bright, yeah.
for his straight son. Yeah, that was probably the
Dude,
hardest.
I had a light
purchase.
bright. I love those fucking
Light
things. That was
brights are
great.
awesome. Alyssa has one at Erica's now.
Really?
Yes.
I'm gonna bring that shit
They'll
over here. We'll
go
do it
make
live
a
on
new
air.
light-
Yeah.
I would play with a light bright in a second.
I know what to get you. for
Does it still have the little? Does she
Christmas.
still have all the
We're
templates?
Good, we're good. Let's. Okay, continue.
Great.
I got to play with a full size light bright or an oversized light bright. It
Really?
was 6 feet tall, and they
That's
had water
awesome. Holy
bottles for
shit.
pegs.
Water bottles?
Yeah.
Oh, that's cool.
I once did a show in New York in a basement, and the background was like a light bright. It had like different. It had like giant bulbs sticking out of the wall, and it looked like a light bright. I'm like, welcome to Tim Burton's Acid Nightmare.
It's so fun. Light bright is amazing. It's so fun. You put the paper on there, punch it all in, and then put it in. You're like, yes. And then you have a nightlight that night with your new design.
Put the lime in the coconut.
I always thought it was really creepy that the commercial always used the clown. I'm like, yeah, that's the face I want to see as a nightlight.
It wasn't so scary back then, though.
Bullshit.
Bullshit.
I wasn't ever scared of the clowns. It wasn't until they just made. Okay. Anyway, past Black Friday.
Fucking up her
The real
segment.
thing is Thanksgiving, so I have a little bit of Thanksgiving facts trivia that
Okay.
you might not know about. First of all, do you guys know any like good Thanksgiving songs?
Thanksgiving songs, just Adam Sandler's.
Did you know?
You mean the Hanukkah song?
No, I thought he had a Thanksgiving song.
No, he does.
He does
Turkey,
do. Yeah, he did
turkey.
a Thanksgiving song after the Hanukkah song.
Yeah, I just introduced Alyssa to Adam Sandler apparently in the car on
Oh,
her way to buy
really?
a Christmas tree.
You've corrupted that poor girl
She
for the
loved
rest of her life.
But anyway, so Jingle Bells is a Thanksgiving Day song. It was originally written for Thanksgiving. It was called Dashing Through the Snow. And the guy wrote it for his Sunday school kids to sing, and the adults loved it so much, and they ended up changing the name of it, and it became a Christmas song.
Yeah, Christmas co-op's a living shit out of anything near it. It's like a black hole of holidays. Like, did you see the viral video that went out? A dude dressed up in a T-Rex costume, and she started smashing Christmas decorations that were up before Halloween.
I will watch anything with a guy dressed in a T-Rex outfit. I love the T-Rex doing like weights, going to the like the mall. Or I will watch anything with a guy in a T-Rex. I almost wanted to get one of those for Halloween, but they were like $400 other than that. Thanks.
yeah, no, this
Crazy
dude.
expensive.
I should get you
Yeah.
a T-Rex costume. They're probably on sale now.
Yeah, no, this dude was going to people's houses, and there was one video where he was knocking down some Christmas decorations, and an old dude came out with a golf club and started swinging it at them up until where the dude ran into the pickup truck.
Oh, pickup. There's 3 of them, right?
Yeah.
Yes, I did see that one. Yeah, that was hilarious.
All right, another thing. Thanksgiving didn't become a national holiday until 200 years after the first Thanksgiving. Sarah Hale, who wrote Mary Had a Little Lamb, convinced President Lincoln in 1863 to make it a national holiday after writing letters for 17 years campaigning for this to happen.
Well, what's the best thing to do after freeing one race of people that you enslaved? Totally forget about the race that you committed genocide on.
These blankets smell like smallpox. No. That's our laundry detergent.
They're fine.
Yeah, it's good. You're good. You're all right.
All right.
That's a T&D reference, by the way.
They had no turkey at the first Thanksgiving. They had deer, ducks, geese, oysters, lobster, eel, and fish. No pumpkin pie, mashed potatoes, or cranberry relish.
How did we get the turkey then?
Whitewashing of American history. I'm just totally against the system tonight.
It's probably the best answer.
Eggs out of Jesus's fucking.
Well, I mean, Jesus had balls. Balls are colonies. Colonies are eggs.
Christmas
eggs are,
is Jesus. Thanksgiving is about
the resurrection of
football
Jesus.
And turkey.
Easter is the resurrection of Jesus, right?
Yeah.
How do you get a bunny and eggs from that?
How do you get eggs from a bunny?
They co-opted a pagan holiday.
Eggs don't come from a bunny. Eggs come from a chicken. How do you get eggs from a bunny? I'm just saying.
Eggs don't come from a bunny.
And this is how...
About the history lesson.
About the Easter or the Thanksgiving?
About the turkey.
How it started?
Yep.
Yes, Thanksgiving.
So Bradford wrote of how the colonists had hunted wild turkeys during the autumn of 1621. And since turkey is a uniquely American bird, it gained traction as a Thanksgiving meal of choice for Americans after Lincoln declared Thanksgiving a holiday.
Did you also know that the turkey was considered at one point to be our national bird?
I do a joke on that, actually.
Do you really?
I have a really well-written bit about that, and it ends with, I won't do the bit here, but so last year I was taking my son home after I had him for Christmas, and we actually hit a bald eagle on the way to Fort Myers with my car.
Oh, no.
And, it turned into a bit that I ended up doing on stage, and I end the bit with a wild turkey running up out of the ditch and standing over the corpse of the bald eagle, mockingly, but still like majestically. And the only thought in my head was, "Yep, that's exactly how Ben Franklin would have wanted this to go down," because he was the one who really championed the wild turkey as a national bird. He felt it was a robust and proud bird, whereas the eagle would take off at the smallest sign of threat.
That's a good point.
Yeah,
should have been the French.
Well, that's the problem. He couldn't stop fucking French women long enough to actually show up to Congress and poll for votes.
Nice.
All right. Okay, number 3 is, or 4 or whatever. There's no numbers. No fork. Wait, what?
This is the best part of the whole show.
The history lesson? Or?
She can't read her own writing sometimes. This is the best, absolutely the best part of the show. I love it.
If I have my glasses.
I edit out sometimes with that, but it's more funny to leave.
Okay, good. That helps. The older you get, I have to hold it this far away if I don't mind.
You want me to hold it across the room?
That would probably work. I would see it. All right, so no
That's what
forks.
I have to do to my dick.
The Pilgrims had no forks. They ate with spoons and knives, and spoons weren't introduced to the Pilgrims until 10 years later, and actually weren't a popular utensil until the 18th century.
I can see that.
So if we want to have a good Thanksgiving, like traditional, no forks.
Plus, we're eating bald eagle
or eel.
I heard deer.
Deer.
Yeah, venison meat's good. Yeah, but you got the hunter that kills it has got to kill it just right, because if you kill it and wound it where the adrenaline rushes through its blood, the meat becomes too gamey. So you have to get a clean kill on that deer before you get ready to prepare the venison.
Is that true?
Yeah, very true. My uncle used to hunt with me up in North Carolina. I didn't actually kill a deer myself, but I would go with him on his hunts.
So if you just injure it and they freak out about it.
Yep. As soon as they start running. Yeah. As soon as they start running. That's why I prefer hunters that use rifles, because that's going to be, as long as you're not a really shitty shot, that's more of a sure kill.
Quick kill.
Than an arrow. Because a lot of hunters like shooting with arrows, and you're going to wound it and it's going to hurt like a motherfucker, and then your meat is completely spoiled at that point. Not completely. Some people like gaming taste. I don't. I prefer just the venison as it is.
And back to Thanksgiving.
We were talking about Thanksgiving. Venison is a traditional Thanksgiving meal.
Totally
we're talking about murdering animals. Yeah.
All right. So
the slaughter of Bambi.
What is it that the Coneheads say? Mass consumptions of what am I angling for there? Mass consumptions of and they say something.
It is Jake from Planet State Farm.
Fuck it. I forget. Never mind. I tangented and I couldn't finish my tangent.
Thanksgiving is the reason for TV dinners. In 1953, Swanson had so much extra turkey, 260 tons, that a salesman told them they should package it in aluminum trays with sweet potatoes, and that became the first TV dinner.
Really? So that's the invention of TV dinners?
That's how it started.
Huh. God, how would I have survived 19 years old without that invention?
top ramen.
That was before microwaves, though, right?
Huh?
No, they used to pop them in the oven.
You can put them in the oven. They were in aluminum, so you could put them in the oven.
Back then? Oh.
Yeah, you can't put aluminum in a microwave.
I mean, back then you would have just found a wife.
That's a good point. Yeah, that's a good point.
This is also when divorces started.
I don't need you for this anymore. Get out of my house.
Thank you, Swanson.
Hey, teach me how to use that oven real quick. All right, now go.
All right, so turkey doesn't put you in a food coma. Scientists now say it's the extra glass of wine, high-calorie meal, and relaxing after a busy work week that puts you in the food coma.
Really? I thought that was always some chemical.
Tryptophan, isn't it?
Tryptophan. Yeah, people used to say that.
Nope.
But it was debunked like a few years ago.
You have to eat 12 whole turkeys to get enough tryptophan to make
I mean, have you ever seen what I could eat at Thanksgiving?
The turkey the protein should give you energy. It's all the stuff you do with the turkey. If you just ate some turkey.
Well, what do you mean all the stuff I do with the turkey? Like dance with it?
The 18 rolls
How do
that
you
you
stuff? How do you stuff a turkey?
I get it deep, buddy.
All right. Black Friday is the busiest day for Roto-Rooter, a major plumbing company.
Yep.
Really?
That actually makes a world of sense. I think that's the only one that I haven't been surprised by yet.
I think I just made Josh like Black Friday a little more for a business.
Oh, that's hilarious. Roto-Rooter. From the rooter to the tutor. That's their fucking catchphrase. That's a great catchphrase,
Their busiest day, like they're planning ahead. They know that Friday after Thanksgiving.
Sorry, guys, can't have Friday off. we need everybody here.
I wonder if Roto-Rooter has a Black Friday sale. Sorry, that was a stretch.
It's
I know.
probably twice the price. All right. 91% of Americans eat turkey on Thanksgiving. One's not too big. All right, this one's pretty good.
The rest of them can't afford it.
This is the last one. Due to the white meat being the most popular part of the turkeys have been bred to have huge breasts. So much so that modern-day turkeys are no longer able to mate due to the breasts getting in the way of male mounting the female.
Those are called Kardashian turkeys.
Most hatcheries use artificial insemination to fertilize the eggs of the domestic turkey.
Oh, imagine that job.
Hey, what do you do for a living? I Red Rocket a bunch of turkeys. Don't knock it till you try it. Gobble for me. Gobble for me.
Does anyone have any Thanksgiving stories?
Me and Josh did we did 2 Thanksgivings together out in Iraq. And normally I would bash the chow halls over there pretty regularly because their food was, think cafeteria food when you were in high school, but much better than that. That was far worse.
Typically Kellogg Brown that runs those.
KBR?
Not KBR for these.
I thought we had KBR for ours.
Not for our defect.
Oh, really?
Mm-mm.
I don't remember who it was. Anyway, they did pretty well for most of the time, but their Thanksgiving spread was fucking phenomenal.
Wow,
that's
great.
That was more turkey, I think, than I've eaten at home with family. And that was over in the desert. They really took care of the troops, and we ate with the troops. We weren't enlisted; we were contractors out there. But that was a good meal.
We had I spent Thanksgiving 2003 in Baghdad, and we okay. So here's the story. Gather around, kids. So it was.
Do I need to set the crackling campfire up?
No, dear God, no. I don't want to get thrown in the fire again, Adam. I'm still healing from the scars the first time around.
Oh, sorry.
No, so it was 2003. It was Thanksgiving. We were in Baghdad, and we were the only unit from the 3rd Infantry Division left. Everybody else had gone home, and it was mostly like 1st Armored Division and 4th Infantry Division, which means nothing to you all. Well, you two maybe.
I know what it means. I don't know what it means.
Okay, so a bunch of dudes in tanks. So we get tasked. We were MPs, and we get tasked to go do the security detail on Thanksgiving Day. And we're like, all right, cool. At least we're going to be at the Baghdad airport. Their DFAC was a lot. DFAC is short for dining facility for the uninitiated, by the way. Yep. The DFAC over at the Baghdad airport was a lot better than the one we had. So we were like, yep, I'll work. I don't care. Give me food. So we get is my squad. We get tasked out with this detail. And we hear that we're protecting Shania Twain. We heard that she was going to come do some show, and we're like, all right, that's cool. That's all right. And we get to the Baghdad airport, and it's being run by 1st Armored Division. You can tell the Army divisions by the patches on their shoulders and stuff. And
or they'll tell you.
Yeah.
Also true. So we get there, and the 1st Armored Division, the general is there, and he actually became somebody pretty big under the Obama administration, but we'll leave his name out. Comes out, and he's like, hey, who are the MPs for this detail? And he sees us, and we've got 3rd Infantry Division patches on. And he said, I thought all you guys went home. We're like, no, sir. Bastard redheaded stepchildren of the United States Army. We're the last ones. And he said, all right, well, the MPs, we wear the brassards, the things that go over our sleeves. He's like, well, give them some 1st Armored Division brassards, because he didn't want them to see the 3rd Infantry Division patch. So we're like, all right, cool. So we put them on. We weren't going to argue with the guy, but then we put on our Kevlar helmets. 3rd Infantry Division is one of the few Army units left that wear the patches on our helmets. And as soon as we put the helmets on, he's like, it's on their helmets! And he just like stormed off. And at that point, we're like, I guess we don't have to wear these then, right? We're good? We're in the clear? So he goes and he has his conniption somewhere, and I guess he like beats up a 2nd lieutenant, poor guy. So we're standing there, we're like, all right, so who's going to tell us where to go? And all of a sudden, these dudes in suits show up. And they're like, you guys need to come with us, unload your weapons. And at first we were like, we're not unloading shit, first off. And then our squad leader looked at one for a second and he said, hey guys, do what he's telling you. And the rest of us are like, well, all right, because Sergeant Burkhardt said so. All right, cool. So we unload our stuff. We follow this guy. And lo and behold, that was the Thanksgiving that George W. Bush came out and had dinner with the Thanksgiving troops.
No shit.
We were tasked with the Secret Service detail. They wanted to put like soldiers up front just for the... for the CNN factor, we call it. And so I got to work with Secret Service for Thanksgiving in 2003, working for the president that sent us there.
That's pretty cool.
So you were in the same room with him?
No. I got to be, they wouldn't let us in, they wouldn't let us in the same room with them, but we did get to like work with the Secret Service, which was cool. That's a really cool job just to see how they operate.
Oh yeah, that's crazy.
And, while everybody else was sitting there watching him give his speech and the prayer and everything, I was the guy on the roof with the other Secret Service guy.
Making sure no one fucking...
Eating a takeout tray. I wasn't making sure shit. They would never let us load our stuff. Like, Secret Service had it
Yeah,
down.
why would they take your guns? Like,
No, they didn't take our guns. They took our bullets.
Oh, okay.
They wanted the appearance that we were providing the security. We were nothing.
But in case if something happens, then
Secret
it's like...
Service had it handled.
You have to like hit someone with... Oh, okay.
Yeah, they had... I mean, we were in a secured area. Everything was secured. You had to go through like 3 checkpoints. Like you said, for
the CNN factor. Like just for looks.
It was just for the looks.
You were there for looks, yeah.
So I got to sit up on a roof with my gun mounted. They wouldn't even let me near the gun. Like I had a actual fully automatic. I had a 249 saw. And they wouldn't let me anywhere near it. They told me to set it up, and they were like, all right, now back away.
Was that like your gun?
Yeah, I was a gunner. Yeah,
that's awesome.
That was my small gun.
That's a fucking... I mean, they call it a light machine gun, but it's a...
Yeah, I mean, it's smaller than
it's smaller
than a 240 Bravo, but I had that, and I had an AT-4, the anti-tank rocket that was mounted on the back.
Holy shit.
And I also had a Mark 19 grenade gun.
We never talked about
my 249 was my baby.
Launcher?
No, grenade gun.
Jay.
That's the Mark 19 thing. Okay,
the grenade gun, the short.
No. That's a 203 that goes on the bottom of an M16 or an M4.
I like how he knows these things in real life, and I know him from Call of Duty.
So for all the gun and ammo fanatics, no, a Mark 19 is it was developed for the Navy initially. Think like when you go to a carnival to the Midway, or if you go to like an old Chuck E. Cheese, they used to have that game where you could shoot the balls at the clowns.
Yeah,
and you had to push that button, and it was like you were standing behind a little cannon. That's what a Mark 19 looks like.
Okay.
And it's basically the same thing. You've got a handle and you've got a little butterfly button in the middle, and you just push it down and you shoot. I don't remember the rate of fire on it, but you could blow some shit up.
We never actually got into talking about exactly what you did in the military.
That's not much I talk about. I like to tell the fun stories.
Yeah.
But yeah, that was one of the funnier moments, just to see that general like, it's on their helmets. And he just like stormed off. It was really funny. Some first sergeant, I guess he was on some general's personal security detail, came up to one of the checkpoints, but he didn't have clearance to pass. But he came running up, and they had to stop him. We're like, whoa, top. Hey, where do you think you're going? Like, I lost my general. And then he turned around and kept running the other way. Like, well, he just lost his diamond.
There's a guy that I've talked to a little bit on Facebook. That's a listener of the show, number one, but he's also another podcaster. He does other podcasts through one of the groups that we're members of, and he's rallying people together for the Wounded Warrior Project. And he does a lot of interviews and stuff like that. And he's going to be in Central Florida, I think next month, sometime in December. So I'm going to see if he wants to come in and kind of plug it a little bit and talk a little bit about Wounded Warriors. And he's a veteran himself, 22 years. So
they're a cool organization. They do a lot of cool stuff. I spent a birthday doing, in New York, they had this Heroes on the Hudson, where they had specially fitted kayaks for veterans that were amputees. And they were just looking for volunteers. And it was my birthday and I had the day off. So I was like, all right, I'll go hang out at the Hudson River with a bunch of guys. And it was just cool. We were just helping them, like giving out T-shirts and stuff. But then they had like these kayaks, so like dudes missing an arm could still paddle on a kayak. It was a really cool day. That was awesome. That was like the best birthday. I think I turned, that was my 29th birthday. That was like an awesome birthday.
Yeah, by the way, we were way older than all the band that we had in here.
All right, back to Thanksgiving.
You mean the band that we're going to have in here?
Yes, yes.
Everyone didn't
Smoke
get
and
to
Mirrors.
Yeah, when are they
going to
get here?
Thanksgiving. Josh, do you have an interesting Thanksgiving story?
I don't.
No?
Does yours involve guns and blowing shit up?
Right?
Like, for a long time,
no.
my family avoided turkey. We would eat like tacos or pizza or something.
So y'all are the 9% that don't eat turkey.
Andrea wanted to do a taco thing because it was going to be limited people for Thanksgiving this year. She's like, why don't we just do tacos for Thanksgiving? I'm like, that's a fucking great idea.
You could do turkey tacos.
No.
Ground turkey tacos?
Cow tacos. Cow tacos.
I've had turkey jerky before.
Chicken tacos.
What? My mom used to make turkey burgers, and I wanted to murder her in her sleep.
and now you want us to eat turkey tacos.
Yeah.
Huh? Well, no, ground turkey.
doesn't
Well,
go
that
in
was when I was a
tacos.
kid. Now I'm a grown up, and
All right, well, I have
Allegedly.
a Thanksgiving story.
All right.
It's not, well, okay. I'm not sure exactly how old I was, maybe like 4 or so. And it's Thanksgiving Day. My mom's in the kitchen and she's doing the turkey. It's in the sink. She's cleaning it off. And I don't necessarily remember this story she tells me. I walk in the kitchen, like, Mom, what does a penis look like?
Whoa.
And right at that
Whoa.
moment, she happened to be pulling the neck out of the turkey. And she was like, it looks just about like this, and you stay away from it.
Scared you from penises,
you were 4?
Huh?
Well, I mean, like, that you're about that age. You're like, what does a penis look like?
Yeah, I guess about the age curiosity starts kicking in.
I'm just asking. It's
So
not
it's
anything
Terrifying.
So were you pleasantly surprised when you saw your first penis?
sexual. I don't remember. I was.
Or now are you aroused
But
every
it's a
year when
good
you pull out
story.
the turkey? And,
I enjoy the story, and especially when my mom tells it. She goes into elaborate details, and every
Aw.
year it gets a little more. And
well, that's
that
cute.
was the basic story. So I'll have to let her tell you it. And
Okay.
you can share her elaborate details.
Deal. That sounds good.
All right, guys, let's take a break, and then we'll come back and do the Guyry. And
No, we got the band.
oh, that's right.
We're going to do the band first, then the Guyry? Is that
All right, let's do that.
the right way to do it? All right,
Yep.
take us out. You did good.
Try it again.
All right, guys, let's take a break, and then when we come back, we're gonna hear from Hot Pink.
Yeah, I can't wait.
Yay!
That's gonna be great.
Up ahead in the distance, I saw a shimmering light. My head grew heavy and my sight grew dim. I had to stop for the night.
Hey, it's Adam. If you enjoyed the content or the cast of Living Podcariously, be sure to check out the other show we produce. It's called The Twisted 10. Each week, a host or a guest host takes over the show and brings their own unique and original top 10 list to the show. Here's a few examples. Top 10 crazy religious practices. Top 10 sexual fetishes. Twisted Guinness World Records. Top 10 possible human extinction events. And my personal favorite, top 10 best or worst infomercial products. As you can see, the content is all over the place for the show. However, it is a lot of fun to produce, and we hope you like it. As always, thanks for listening.
DJ Gil Lugo is bringing back the old school.
Just a cast away, an island lost at sea. Another lonely day, no one here but me. More loneliness than any man could bear. Rescue me before I fall into despair.
All right, welcome back to Living Podcariously. Special guests with us in studio this week, and we're honored to have you guys, is the band Hot Pink. So welcome, guys. We appreciate you guys coming in.
Howdy.
sorry about the long setup, but I haven't had this many people in studio yet, so you're our first. I think Andrea, I think we've kind of outgrown this studio a little bit. But hey,
It's cozy.
yeah, it's cozy. That's one way to put it. Yeah. Tack is out. He's usually our musician of our group. He's been in bands in the past before, so we put together a couple questions to ask you guys. But I wanted to welcome you in studio. Oliver's knocking over shit in the kitchen. Sorry about that.
Sounded like straight up gunshots.
Surprise.
We are in
What you don't know is that this home is haunted by drug dealers.
Yeah, very much. Thanks, Josh. Man, he is going nuts. What did he get?
He found that 40-ounce we hid from him.
Oh, geez. All right. So I want to give you guys a chance to first introduce yourselves to our listeners a little bit. We're going to play some of your music as our intro for our show as well, if you guys are all right with that. Why don't you guys go around and just introduce our listeners to who you are? And maybe what instrument you play or whether you're vocals, stuff like that.
Sure. I'm Spencer Crosswell. I'm the keyboardist for the group, and I also sing backup vocals.
My name's James Spiva. I sing for the band, and I also dance.
My name's Corey Johnson. I play guitar and sing backup vocals.
Hey, I'm Evan. I play drums in the band, and I also dance in the band.
Nice.
I'm Bill. I play bass, and I sing with these guys.
Nice. Well, very cool. Andrea and I have been out to a couple of different places in Cocoa Beach, really specifically there, and I've heard you guys, I think at Coconuts once, and I think over at Sandbar a couple of different times. And you guys are unbelievably talented, and you're local Brevard County citizens, so you guys are locals here to this area, and we like promoting some local music. We're going to have a few other musicians on as well. But we've got some questions to ask you guys, if you're all right with that. Good to answer some questions?
Yeah.
Sweet.
Yeah, sure.
And we might have a couple extras that I didn't send you guys ahead in advance.
Of course.
Just in case. Yes, I know this is a cheesy as hell question, but I'm going to ask it anyway. Everything online, when you read how do you interview a popular band, says don't ask this question.
God damn it, Adam, be cool.
I'm going to ask it. How did you guys come up? This is the only cheesy question, I promise. How did you guys come up with the name Hot Pink? Where'd that come from?
Well,
I always say I never remember.
yeah, that's the easy way out, But I think it kind of stemmed. I was in a group before this called Vintage, and I drummed for that band. This is James, by the way, the singer, and all that. But I played drums for that band, and we had been hired for this breast cancer awareness thing. So that was at the Hard Rock Live, and I had gone out to the thrift store, and the October breast cancer awareness colors are pink, so I got myself a pink suit and a pink bow tie and a pink tiara, and I made a day of it. I got a feather boa, and I just went all out for it. And I'm someone that values a good costume, so I held on to it
in your shows. Yes,
and that was one that I always really liked a lot. And I think when we were talking about band names, we'd come up with some really good ones, but I think we all, I don't know, Hot Pink was it was simple and it was identifiable. If I was to, kind of the pink suit was kind of an iconic thing that I was doing there for a little while. And there's some sex to it as well. It was a little tongue in cheek kind of a hot pink.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Tack, one of our other hosts said, why didn't you go with, he wanted to ask this question, why didn't you go with fuchsia instead of hot pink? That was his first question.
Yeah. Fuchsia's, more something you name your band when, I imagine if you're, people know what the color fuchsia is. I get it, of course, but
I like the word hot in there.
Hot.
That certainly added to it. That's for sure. All right. So we as Living Podcasts, have you guys ever heard an episode of us before, by the way? We're a small scale podcast in Brevard County. There's probably out of Brevard, there's probably about 12 or 15 different podcasts ranging from genres from music to stand up to whatever.
Yeah, we researched it a little bit just to make sure you were, a legit podcast and not here to eat us or anything. If we showed up and
why did you come then? Did you really research us? Did you pull up my records? No, I'm kidding.
Wow.
No, it's our audience is growing and they're growing every month for sure. But this is an outlet for us, man. This is so
it's cool.
You guys have your music, which is a hell of a creative outlet for your everyday lives, I would imagine. But for us, the podcast is an outlet and a good area to gather and just kind of shoot the shit and have some fun, and maybe once in a while tell a couple jokes and just have some fun with it.
I just do it because then my house gets clean every Monday.
Yeah, that's true. Yes, we were. A funny thing in studio, we don't ever pull a couch over like this. I usually bring an extra chair up, and that's usually where Jay chills. But with as big of a group as we've got in here, because we also have Ray Brito from Gallows Humor Podcast and my buddy Josh Wilson sitting in studio. So we've got, what do we got? 11? How many? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Well, 5 of you guys plus 5 of us, 10 of us. So
and Oliver.
Right? Yeah, 10 of us. And Oliver, who's making more noise in the background. But we use the podcast as kind of an outlet for just everyday life for us, and we get to share with our listeners a little bit, and that's growing. But describe your guys' band to our audience as what it means to you, other than just performing or something like that. What is having a band together? And I assume you guys are a group of friends and things like that. Describe your band to us and what it means to you to be in the group.
For me, I think we're all too into music. We all fucking love it.
Yeah, that's right.
Nice.
Like in our own ways, and I think that that really shows in what we tried to put together with this band and what we still try to do. I think we hold ourselves to a little higher standard than a lot of people around here. Not that, not saying anything bad, but
sure.
I think we're all hard on ourselves in a lot of different ways, and that I think drives a good product.
Right. Yeah.
Also, it's good to have a group of people that are just as messed up as you are.
Yeah,
about everything.
right. Yeah, just a childish and
also have that group of people be able to hold their own and play.
Right.
Yeah,
and be professional when the time comes.
Yeah.
Yes.
And unprofessional when the time comes.
Yes. More importantly. Yeah, we. I think we've all worked in different projects and different bands and with other people, and the culmination of this band always stemmed from that we wanted to put together a group that really wanted to put in a lot of work and really, not saying that other groups don't, but just that we wanted to really just be meticulous and nitpick every little harmony and tempo, and it's still things we argue about every week, and we talk about all the time for songs we've played 100 times. We still talk about, maybe we should slow this down a little bit. Maybe we should not have harmonies here, and we I think that's what we all really enjoy and that's what keeps us passionate about it. And we still have a lot of fun with it, and that fun is what translates through our shows, I think, and that's why I think people
that may be the best adjective to describe your guys' performances, because it is a lot of fun to watch. And every time I've seen you guys play, there's always, you cannot help but to get up and move. So every one of your audience, or at least every one of your performances that I've seen, you've always got an audience in front of the stage just dancing, and it's everything from possibly not legal to be in the bar all the way up to the mimas that get out there and cut a rug in front of you guys. It is
we
interesting.
Just such a wide variety of music, and talking about our cover stuff now. We do original things as well, but our cover stuff is such a eclectic group of songs. There's 5 of us, and we all come from very diverse musical backgrounds. So when we come together and talk about songs we should learn, sometimes it's polar opposites in the things we do. And one of my favorite things about playing live shows is playing these songs that, the other night we played Aqualung by Jethro Tull, and then we played Africa by Toto right after that. And
oh, wow.
Just trying to, I love challenging ourselves to do such diverse things and take the show in different areas, and seeing people that perhaps would enjoy certain songs but not other songs enjoy all of it, because we're having enough fun with it to where they write a pass for it. Like, I wouldn't really listen to this band, but fuck it, I'm gonna give it a dance. I don't care. Like,
nice.
This is cool. We're having a good time, because we've always strived to bring a show to the table and not ever always try to get out of the mindset that we'd be playing a gig because it's our job.
Okay.
And speaking to the diversity, I think we all have such, like James was saying, different musical backgrounds. Bill and I joke about this, but he loves prog rock so much, Zappa and Yes, and all that stuff, and I love show tunes. So trying to get one thing to come in the middle of that, I think breeds that diversity. Because there's songs that I probably knew when we started playing that I was never really into, but then once these guys were like, no, that song is actually really cool, go listen to it,
appreciate the skill that's involved to do it.
Exactly.
Yeah, that's been another thing. I guess I don't think about that or appreciate it enough. But the five of us coming together. I mean, we've all kind of been friends over the years. Corey and Evan, I didn't really get to know until this band, and Bill, I didn't really get to know this band. Really, Spencer and I, the only ones I think that I only knew Spencer before this. But getting together and working as a band.
What?
We've known each other a long time. Well, not these guys.
I knew of you. I just didn't get to know you.
Bill's practically Corey's dad.
Yeah, pretty much.
The three of us.
We'll talk about that later.
Yeah, that's the next session. But no, where I was going with that was just that it's really where we come from. These different backgrounds, we expose each other to different things, and I never really would have listened to Frank Zappa or anything, but we're on the way to playing the other night, and we're listening to Frank Zappa on the way down, and I'm like, oh, this is pretty damn cool. This is something I never really listened to, but and then just that we all kind of branch out of certain things because we come from different influences and stuff.
Nice. Well, the skill is certainly translated into your guys' performances, and we'll get into the original stuff and some of the cover stuff if you want to as well. But I use a good example. So I'm a fan of all genres of music, from some of your classic R&B all the way up to ska to big horn style orchestra instrument. I'm a fan of all of it. But I use a band that used to play a lot of covers or focused on covers originally, then branched off into their own stuff that I really enjoy, and that's it's a ska band out of Orlando. The hell's the band out of Orlando?
Supervillains?
Yeah, Supervillains. Thank you.
Oh, yeah.
When they did the cover to Moving Out,
Yeah.
holy shit, that caught my attention when they played it on the radio. Then it made me research them, and now I'm a huge fan of theirs, and I go to a lot of their events, like out of the port and some in Cocoa Beach and down in Vero, stuff like that. And, I might not have actually become a fan of theirs if it wasn't for such a good cover that they did of a song that I already like. And it's how you guys do it is really exceptional, because you can hear the skill in every instrument, and you guys sound really good. I don't know is it one of you guys that puts together all of your sound, that actually does all the engineering of the sound on stage, or do you guys have like a crew that helps you set up and get that stuff going?
Well, as far as setting up, breaking down, I mean, the five of us do all that. We are one, it's like the circus traveling shows. We show up with our trailer, and then the five of us, like a clown car, unload out of this Silverado that the five of us rode in the Silverado here tonight. But yeah, as far as like something you would hire a roadie for, like we do all that grunt work. I think Bill's probably got the sound engineer title of the group. As far as
I'd say so.
running the sound and doing the sound checks and doing all that. Yeah.
I never heard anything like bleed over each other in your guys' performances. It's really exceptional. I know I'm kind of kissing ass a lot here. You got to forgive me. I'm a fanboy of you guys, number one, first. So maybe a little bit of nerves is kicking a little bit, because I like having you guys in here. And
we had this problem last time we had a guest. His erection was just raging, guys.
Yeah,
just don't mind it.
That's why I got this.
That's what Oliver's there for, to red rocket him back to sobriety.
No, thanks, Jay. Jay keeps me in check pretty well, so no, that works. But no, let's talk about your cover versus some of your original music. So let's see. I know I had that on here. Hang on. I edit out all the dead space, by the way, so don't worry. Oh, there it is.
That was good.
All right.
He's really good at that.
No, because I referenced the Florida Today article. I got in touch with the Florida Today article. The guy who wrote your Florida Today article, when he interviewed you guys, he asked the question as well, are you guys going to produce any original music? And I have that same question. That one's not too cheesy of a question, because I would really like to know, and I'd really like to hear if you guys are going to produce something maybe to we can make available to some of our listeners, and shit that I can buy myself that's original from Hot Pink. Is that on your guys' horizon?
Yeah, I think speaking to the, going back to how meticulous we are, we've got a good group of songs that we've been working on and writing, and we have really been we've been playing them out live, and that's really where we learn a lot about where we think what we like and what worked and what didn't work, and trying to just really perfect them as annoyingly meticulous as we can be about them, but we're getting them down to where now we've got them where we, I think, want them to be before we record them, and we have a recording situation set up that we're looking into next if Bill wants to take that.
Nice.
Yeah, well, I was just going to say, we write these songs, and then we have 4 shows a week that we can play them to tune them, and let's try this tonight, let's try something else, and see how that sits live too, and kind of gauge off how people are dancing or what they're thinking. by looking at them, and so it's cool to be able to do that for a few months with a new song and mold it and then get to the point where we're like, all right, this is the song now.
Do you guys announce that you're going to play an original to the audience? Do you let them know?
It's actually interesting. When we first started, we would wait until after we played because we were afraid. Well, if they hated it, we just wouldn't say anything.
Yeah, we just
But if they like it, we'd be like,
who did that song? That sucked. Oh no, it wasn't us. Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
But I think now it's when for me at least. It's better to say it before because I think that's going to grab people's attention and say, all right, so let's listen. Let's, instead of just thinking, let's go dance,
Yeah. If you, it's something, it's kind of funny and ironic that we learned that the hard way, I think, that, if you don't tell people ahead of time, all right, this next song is going to be original. If they hear the first 20 seconds of it and it's not, Don't Stop Believing, they just tune right out.
Yeah.
And you guys should play some original songs. Well, we definitely just played one just now. But
exactly.
They tune out of it if they don't recognize it, unless you tell them right now, okay, this is, pay attention.
Andrea, I might have heard an original song and had no idea out at Sandbar or something. I don't know. I might have heard something original.
Very, very possible.
More than likely, it's going to be the one you haven't heard before.
Yes. What's your guys' favorite gig in the area in Central Florida, I guess? Because you guys play all the way from Vero to, I think I saw Jacksonville.
Have a couple different answers to
Yeah,
that.
we probably have as many answers as we need to have not to make any enemies in the area. But
nice. Well, don't make any enemies here. If you don't want to answer any of those, that's fine too. But
no, we've been fortunate enough to where at this we're popular and we're in demand and not saying that to brag, but just saying that we really the places that we play because we only have a certain amount of room for so many places to play.
Yeah,
and we like all the places that we play. And that's we're very fortunate to have that.
Nice.
So the places that we are booked are places we're all looking forward to playing.
That's good. Yeah, the quote in the paper had something to do with the most sought after band in Brevard, and that's from the Florida Today. Marco, I don't remember his name.
Marco Rubio.
When he interviewed he took a step down from politics to editing of a Florida Today.
He was really trying to reach out to a younger demographic of voter. That's what was going on. I've actually got a question to touch on that. Being a comic, I do a lot of different venues. Ray also. From comedy clubs to I've done a couple of bigger rooms, like theaters, to bars. Do you guys notice a difference in crowd depending on the venue you're playing in?
Oh, totally, yeah.
Definitely.
We did actually the first show that we played with Bill. He joined us New Year's Eve, almost a year ago, coming up this New Year of this past year, and he played auxiliary percussion and stuff with us at the show. But we did a show at the Cocoa Village Playhouse where we did a Motown review, and Michael Gass was our drummer at that time, and we did a whole night. It was just a one night only show that we put together, and it was probably about an hour and 20 minutes or so of us doing old Motown hits and stuff.
Nice.
And that was the most different. We've played a lot of bars, a lot of breweries, a lot of clubs and things like that, but that was so different in that we didn't know what to expect there, and the Playhouse didn't know what to expect there too, because we have all this dance music and stuff, but this is a theater with 650 seats or something like that. So we didn't know if people were going to stand up and dance or if they were just going to sit there and be quiet and respectful. And what was cool about it was that half the people that showed up were theater patrons that had never heard of us, and they had a good time. And the other half of the people that were people that had heard of us but had never heard of the theater before. So they got there and they kind of
great mix.
So there was kind of a mix. Yeah, but there was an open bar. It was right when the open bar happened there at the Cocoa Playhouse. So everybody was drinking, and it was a good night. It was cool. It really was neat.
Yeah.
And we had a great time with that. Sold out that one night.
No shit.
That was really cool.
So most of the questions I've got are for everybody in the band, but this question is kind of just geared towards you. So you've done some performances in the Cocoa Village Playhouse in the past.
Yes.
One of the first things you noticed when you came in the studio was a little picture up on the wall of Andrea's performance in Joseph and the Amazing Technicolor Dreamcoat. So
yeah.
I told my daughter that y'all were going to be here, and I showed a picture of the band. She's like, "Wasn't that Shrek?"
Oh yeah.
Really? She recognized it?
Uh-huh.
No kidding. So you played Shrek and
I did,
nice.
Still looks like Shrek.
I still do. Yeah.
that's very
Yeah,
cool.
I did that. I really do miss the Playhouse. It's a great Playhouse if you've never been there. CVP is really cool. And they do great shows.
I am ridiculously impressed with that Playhouse. It's the first time I've ever been in there, and I guess since I was a lot younger, was this season for Andrea's performance, and I was blown away. It looks really good, and should I have enough of those little souvenir beer mugs in there now to last a while? I keep forgetting to bring them.
I got 3 or 4 of the red wine encrusted ones floating around my back seat.
Yep. Very cool. Are you planning on ever going back to the stage as well as the rest of you guys? Have you ever done any kind of acting or anything like that, or singing, or any stage performances?
Well, Spencer, yeah.
Oh yeah, I mean, I did it growing up and in high school, and but I've worked as a music director in theater since I was 17. So I mean, I'm always doing shows. So
very cool. Music director in theater, so you can pretty much pick up any instrument. Is that like my music director when I was in high school band?
The music director for a show will teach the ensemble what they're singing and help work the soloists out with their lines. They're in charge of conducting the orchestra, putting together the orchestra, rehearsing. Pretty much, they're anything involved with the music. They're the ones,
Forgive me, because most of those terms I don't know. So thank you for describing it to me.
I got it all.
Spencer does.
I know you do. You know that stuff.
You go with a music director.
Yeah, not me. I'm kind of ignorant on that stuff.
Yeah, Spencer does a lot of work out at the Titusville Playhouse, which is also nice.
They just did. The hell was that? Rocky Horror Picture Show?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I did that. Yeah,
nice.
He did that.
Yeah, I wanted to get up there and see that. Didn't quite get to.
Yeah, I do miss CVP and doing theater and everything, and but yeah, with the band kind of doing the way we are and being as busy as we are, I really don't have time for it.
Yeah, it takes a lot of time.
Yeah, and that's kind of the unfortunate thing. Not to go too much on about that, but all the shows at the Playhouse, those are your Friday, Saturday, Sundays for a month or so. Depending on what the show holds over or not. So that's right when we'd be doing our thing. So it just doesn't really work out. You can't do both with this.
Unless you clone yourself.
Yes, we are in works for that, but we haven't run out there yet.
All right, so let's change directions a little bit. You guys are getting pretty popular and pretty famous, at least from what I can see. With fame sometimes comes some oddball followers and fans. So do you guys have any stories or any fans that are like stalker-ish or like oddly obsessed with either the group or individuals or anything like that? Or, if we have to cut anything out, just let me know.
How much time you got?
Are we allowed to talk about Steven Tyler?
You're allowed to talk about anything you want on this show.
So Steven Tyler from Aerosmith.
Thanks for clarifying that. I appreciate that.
Well, it's this guy who came and saw us at the Sebastian Beach Inn.
Not Steven Tyler from Aerosmith.
It's not actually Steven Tyler.
No relation.
Maybe there is.
Anyways, he came and saw us at the Sebastian Beach Inn, and him and his girlfriend were there, and they were having a great time, just hanging out in the sun, drinking and stuff. And we played "Head Over Heels" by Tears for Fears.
Great song.
He really loved it, and that was like his favorite thing. He came up to us, was really digging it and told us how he liked the way we sounded. He was having so much fun and stuff. And then later on, does anyone want to get the next?
Yeah, this guy, I kind of felt for him, but he sometimes people push it a little farther,
Sure.
I think, and they heckle you, I'm sure you guys, you know what that's about, And I've done a little bit of stand up, so you got to shut them down. You can't let anybody heckle you and take the show away from you. But this guy, man, he came up and he was real drunk. He came up and saw us, and him and his girlfriend were fighting, and he was trying to make up with her. And the only thing that was going to save that apparently was us playing Tears for Fears, Head Over Heels, because that was her uncle's favorite song or something, and something or other like that. And this guy just hounded us all the whole night about stuff, and we'd already played it. Was a thing he wanted us to play it 20 minutes later. There's a bunch of people here, they don't want to hear the same song again.
He was pushing on Spencer's keyboard while he was playing,
just leaning on our speakers. That's don't get me started on the people that put their drinks on our musical electrical equipment. That's its own thing on its own. But
they better set a couple $100 bills under each one.
So he was having relationship troubles, and his first thought was to remind his girlfriend of her uncle.
Yeah, something. I tried to wrap my head around it.
Such a classic story.
Yes. Oh, that old chestnut. Yes. Oh, the old remind my ex of her uncle story. Yes, of course.
Did he ask you to like bring out chloroformed rags or anything with that? Like, fill the air with the smell of stale wine?
That was the next step, I'm sure. And I think we played it, but I told them
we played it, and
they fought the rest of the night, way worse. No. It worked for like 10 minutes, and then they went out in the parking lot and screamed at each other and made a big scene.
Yeah.
And they had a fight by the dumpster. Remember that? They were fighting out by the dumpster.
Yeah, I think I remember someone punching a dumpster.
Yes.
You don't understand. That's foreplay in Palatka. All right, that's what that is.
So there's also another elderly lady that.
Oh yes. What is that bitch's name? What is her name?
I know her by.
She came out last night. Yeah, I know her by.
She comes out every
face.
night.
Do you guys call her the old lady?
Her stupid face. No, we know her as is
Evan Stalker.
that one.
That one.
That's
Shit.
what I'm talking about.
I thought you were talking about
Subpar.
Oh.
Well, there's nicknames for all of them. Every single one.
Braces? Is she the one with braces?
No. She's nice. No, she's nice.
She is nice.
So Evan Stalker shows up to a lot of shows and gets as close as she can to Evan, and he's always in the middle of the stage behind the drum set. Takes out her phone or her camera and records him like a close-up. And stares at him. And then she's found out where he goes and drinks on his nights off. shows up and takes selfies with him. Like, let's get a selfie.
Yeah. Oh.
No one else in the band.
I was wondering who the lady was out in the car out there in the driveway. I was
She's
like,
waiting.
who is
She's
this?
waiting for him. Hey, you're not talking right now. Yeah, and no joke, we played out in Atlantic Beach one time, not too long ago, probably about a month ago, and I drive the truck and the trailer, and it's a hard time to find a place for that park, blah blah blah. Anyways, I had to park across the street over in a Walmart parking lot, and I go over there, and I'm on my way into the completely deserted parking lot except for this car next to where my truck is, and there she is sitting in her car, staring at a selfie she took with Evan, just staring at it. Not smiling, not laughing at a great time she had. No, just staring.
She's eventually going to ask you for an autograph, and it's going to be like that, what is it, A Beautiful Mind sketching on a notepad.
Yeah. So,
well, we don't have that kind of shit around this podcast yet. Podcast, I don't know if you know, but podcasting, you don't make a whole lot of money in, and you don't get a whole lot of followers. But yeah, we don't have this. We did get a warning though for the female. So apparently, female hosts on like internet-based shows like podcasts and stuff, they sometimes get a little bit stalked and followed and whatever.
That just means extra stories.
You know what? I guess that's a good point. I guess that's true. So. My son, I introduced you guys to Josh, my son, when he came downstairs. I'm going to go, same name, just this isn't my son. My son's 13, and he does music. He mixes music on a little launch pad, which is like a little MIDI interface device, and I've got a little piece of software, Ableton piece of software that he can tie in his own beats. And then he also does a little bit on his phone and stuff like that. So, but he's getting into music, and actually some of the music we use on this podcast, the intro, outro, stuff like that, is his.
Cool.
But I try as hard as I can to encourage it, so much as to try to get him lessons over in Orlando at like one of the guitar centers or whatever the hell they've got. But what do you guys have as far as, because you guys have been musicians from what I can tell for quite some time. What would you guys tell to inspire somebody like him that's considering music versus, some other direction? Because he's very into it, but he doesn't really have a real good direction yet.
I was just going to say, for me, I guess it'd be slightly different for a DJ type situation, but not really, in essence. I think for me, what really helped was just having a gig and just getting out there and playing in front of people. Because that really helps you, find yourself as a musician, and also you gain experience. That would be my advice.
That's pretty good.
My thing would be, it has to be fun. If it's not fun, I don't want to do it, Keep it fun. If it stops being fun, figure out what's going on, or I don't know.
Nice.
Yeah.
Okay.
So we all probably have a different answer for this, but I think just for me, it was finding the right people to hang out with, finding people that are into that. If you're into making music, hang out with the musicians and make those friends and grow up musically with them. And also having the right sort of person in your life that, like a mentor almost, to like, this guy's done it and he knows some tricks and he knows, he can tell you when you're messing up, or having some sort of good mentor musically for you is good, or someone to aspire to.
Damn, we got to find Josh a mentor now.
Yeah, I think the only thing I'd add to that, as far as definitely finding the right people, I started playing music and everything when I was about 15, and I played with 3 other guys there in this band Vintage, and we were best friends before we got into music, and we had a much easier time learning how to play music with each other because we were friends and we could talk things out and everything, more so than if we might have learned things on our own and then met and then had our own egos and ideals and everything. And
Sure.
I think what really works for this group is that we've all been doing this long enough and working with enough people that we try to communicate with each other as best we can, and just really say, and that kind of goes back to what we were talking about way earlier about, how do you blend and how do you mix this to where somebody's not bleeding over somebody else or someone's not way too loud. And it's that we all try to really communicate and tell each other like, hey, listen, you were blowing me out back there, and this is, maybe we could make something else work here, monitor wise, and that to try and, just even for just the stage volume, because that's a big thing. Your stage volume and your performance volume are 2 different things, and getting that to work. But yeah, and working with people, as many people as you can, I think. Just really whore yourself out with as many other musicians as you can, and play in front of live people. And what I really appreciate is going to a jam night if I've got a night off, and sit in on drums with these 3 people I've maybe never met and this one guy I know, or something like that. Because playing with people you don't know, or with people whose styles you don't really identify with, that stretches you and that makes you adapt and learn more about what you're doing as well, I think. And just being open-minded. I think being open-minded to anything that you enjoy and doing whatever the fuck you want to do. I always, just me personally, I don't know about you guys, but me personally, when I had people tell me you can't do this, I had to do it then or something, and like, no, this is what I want to do. And I don't care if this is proper or not. And that speaks to my own lack of precision and technique, but that's, you do you do music how you want to do it, I guess, because that's how you make it fun. I always hated having people tell me the right and wrong way to do things, and that wasn't going to be fun. So
you guys carry an unbelievable amount of maturity to discuss things like that too. Look, on the surface, as a fan and as a listener and stuff like that, just the way you guys are communicating, even with just sitting in here in studio, you can see that you guys can talk to each other pretty openly, and that level of maturity inside of a band of any kind goes a long way. So you don't have...
Well, we're all blackout drunk right now. That's the trick. See, when we're sober, we clam up.
Is it hard? Is it harder to perform when you're really drunk?
Oh,
do you guys like to try to stay sober when you're performing, or what?
We try not to get too.
Sometimes it happens, though.
You get your odd Donapalooza in there, but
this show is sponsored by Jose Cuervo. Fuck, we're done. Well, cool. All right. That's all the questions that I sent you guys. Jay, Ray, Josh, Andrea, if you guys have more questions, or if any of the cast from Hot Pink wants to ask us anything. I mean, we don't really have anything from our side, I'm sure, to give you guys, but if you guys have any questions, just shoot away and go for it.
Look, he's got a whole notepad full.
No, but you guys answered most of them, so this was for nothing. No, but that's good. That means I'm on some kind of thinking level. One thing I wanted to ask you guys, like with the name Hot Pink, and he touched on how you got your name. I always found that I pay attention to bands with names that are a little out there more. One of my favorite bands right now, for better or for worse, is What Made Milwaukee Famous. And I love the idea behind it because they get to walk up on stage and say, "Good evening, we are what made Milwaukee famous." Not a damn one of them from Wisconsin. So I wanted to ask, what are some of your favorite band names out there that were just like creative and really kind of got you?
Oh, man, I'd name off some of the ones that we've come up with, but I don't want them getting stolen. You know,
Let's just call the opposite of succubus. Incubus? No, I'm just kidding. I just learned that incubus was the opposite of a male version of a succubus. I had no idea. Josh told me that.
I always really like the name The Talking Heads. I always thought that was really cool.
Oh, that's a good name, yeah. Should coin that phrase.
Yeah, I think we all like one thing we talked about in working with our next one of our next venues or one of our next big missions right now is to have a well done what's it called logo and shit. Yeah. So we talk about bands and their logos and really iconic, simple but subtle. Like we've always, The Who is a great example of a logo. It says The Who, but it's, you got kind of the male symbol coming off the O. It's just a simple, it's an identifiable thing. And,
Kiss, anything. Man. So there's a company out of Orlando that we've been in communication with. I haven't actually hired them yet, but it's a branding agency. They're called the Danger Brains. And I don't mind giving them a free plug because they're really, really cool guys. And they're reasonably priced. They're not the most expensive by a long shot, but they're also not dirt cheap. Right. But what you invest in a branding company is to do just that, is to rebrand you. So our little podcast, we're trying to, I'm redoing the website right now. You know what I mean? I've got, I don't know anything about websites. I'm an IT guy that doesn't understand how to make a damn website, but I'm doing that stuff. And the guy out of Danger Brains hit me up. He goes, "Man, I see you're trying to edit your website. Let me take it over and just give you some recommendations because it's very important to land the logo, the branding, the feel, the fonts, the colors, everything. So when you go somewhere, people will be familiar with your entire brand." So I know exactly what you're talking about.
That's exactly what we're going through right now. I mean, we just had a couple meetings over the past month of specifically just for, all right, what are we going to do about our logo? What are we going to do about the website? Our press kit, all that stuff. We're going through the exact same thing because it is important.
I'll get you, I don't know if you guys have somebody already, but I'll get you Sebastian's name out of, for Danger Brains over there. Cool. Again, they're not dirt cheap, but they're really talented. So I would recommend them in a heartbeat.
Yeah, we've been talking to a few different people about logos and stuff, and we've been shopping around and everything, and we won't say any names or anything, but we've definitely got back some results that look like a coffee shop font, and it just this isn't us for sure. This is
I'm not tooting these guys' horns, but they get into your business. They come spend hours with you guys. They go to your shows. Cool. They listen to if like us, they listen to every podcast we've got, and then they produce us what they think is going to be the best brand for our audience. And they create they create an avatar of what our target audience would be, a male in the demographic or age range that we want from this part of the country. They create that, and then they build the brand around that target demographic. It's unbelievable what these guys do. They're really talented at it. So any branding company, if they approach it like that, I'm impressed. I was stoked when I saw some of their research that they did. So,
or just tell your fans to draw what they think would be a good one on a napkin. Give them to you guys.
Especially especially that creepy old lady that's really.
It would just be Evan's face.
Yeah. It'd be fun to look through what your fans come up with. Do you get any of your new song inspirations when you're in the shower for your original songs?
No.
No shower singing?
It's kind of random. I've recorded some stuff in the shower. Yeah, I guess so.
Those were your tapes, man.
Yeah. I only really get inspired when I feel like I figured something out. Like, now I see this person for who they really are. Or I see, this is how society works. Okay, I figured this out. It's always like an epiphany moment, and that's when I think, or I just come up with a catchy rhyme, like, that kind of, that does sound like this.
Nice. Let's plug some of the gigs that you guys are coming up here shortly in the near future. I've got your full list here.
Oh, thank Christ.
Yeah, no, I got it all. Let's see. Let's go. What's the date today? What are we even on?
Every time that I work in a salon, it's all girls. And when we're like, what are we going to do this weekend? We don't have kids. First thing my boss always says is, where's Hot Pink playing? And then we find you guys and we come out there.
So I'm just curious, where did you get this list?
Your website.
Our website.
Oh.
Okay.
Well, last weekend they were in a wrong place that it said. Someone was saying everyone was saying that y'all were at Sandbar, and then it said something else online.
That was a weird thing.
That was...
we got double booked or something like that.
You had to have clones that night.
Yeah, we had to... I deleted that gig from the website, but it was last minute.
Well, they double booked us, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. So what I see on here, and correct me if any of this stuff is wrong, but this is your guys' website. So November 23rd, Wednesday, Lou's Blues in Indialantic, Florida.
Yeah.
November 25th, Orchid Island Brewery down in Vero Beach. November 26th, Twisted Trunk Brewery down in Palm Beach. Palm Beach Gardens. November 27th, Cocoa Beach Art Fest. Is that like their like weekend deal? They do one weekend a month.
I think that this one's different.
This one's a national, annual art fest.
Yeah.
There's something.
Oh, nice.
Something too. We really got to check into where we're playing on this thing because and this happens. This is.
Am I off a little bit?
I'm not joking. No. I mean, like this conversation we have all the time. We'll have
inside information here.
Right. You know, shit on our calendar that who the hell booked this? What is this?
St. Louis.
St. Louis. Yeah, exactly. Next Sunday. Says St. Louis. None of us have any idea what St. Louis is.
St. Louis.
I might have been blackout drunk and
St.
just put
Louis
that there's a
spelled
joke.
wrong though.
Yeah, that's why I'm saying I probably put it in there.
Meet me in St. Louis.
Which is, we discovered, my friend Emily came out to our show last night, and she's in Meet Me in St. Louis. And she's like, oh, you coming to see me? And I remembered, yes, I told you I'd come to see this. Hence the, the solution to the problem. But, what the hell are we talking about? The Cocoa Beach Art Fest thing. We got to look into this because
there's a poster made with our name on it.
Yeah, the thing is, it was supposed to be like a Port Canaveral and Cocoa Beach thing. They were going to do a joint art fest this year, which they've never done before, and all the vendors put their deposits down to do it, and then they decided to just do it in like Port Canaveral and not Cocoa Beach, or just Cocoa Beach and not Port Canaveral. I forget, but half the people that put their deposits down got fucked and did not get their deposits back, and they're really mad about it. And like people are talking about it throughout the town. I think they're deciding to do it. Oh, shit, I can't shit. I don't fucking know. But I got to look through my 150 something fucking contacts on my phone and find out who the hell I'm calling to talk about this about. And if you're listening right now, actually, and you're in charge of the art fest this Sunday,
nice.
Call Damon at Hot Pink. 591-4666.
There you go. That's probably the one. I mean, if you guys are playing there, that's probably the one we'll come down to see you at.
We're doing 2 to 5 somewhere.
And then December 9th, you're back at Grills. That's what it looks like, at least. Yeah.
Sure.
That's a good venue as well. I like some of the bands that go up there to play.
Yeah,
I don't think I've seen you guys there before, but
it's a good Sunday crowd.
Yeah, that's for sure.
Is Lauren Hill still sold out on the 8th?
Yeah.
Is it sold out?
I don't know.
Well, we already got tickets.
I got tickets.
Oh, you got tickets. You're seeing Lauren Hill then?
Yeah.
Okay. Sorry.
No, you're fine.
It's got the calendar out.
I got the calendar
Over our
out.
dates on that.
It's all good.
Oh, people.
I wanna say,
If you're a Lauren Hill fan, she's playing on the 8th, right?
Yeah.
I want to plug her. I thought we were fans.
I'm a Lauren Hill fan. I'm just
House
saying.
of Blues,
Yeah.
December 8th.
Yeah?
Awesome.
And Bill's getting married on the 11th.
Are you really? Oh, no.
He's
got married a while ago.
Oh,
That was just one of the possible dates.
I was going to say I could do your updo. It's like my thing. We can make it so pretty, like Texas big. Great.
Yeah, some of the girls that wanted to come see you guys work up at Andrea's salon. And they're almost every girl in there is a fan of your guys. So
cool.
Maybe you should bring these guys in, give them, haircuts and let the girls meet them. And
we will do
a band makeover. Hey,
a band makeover. That would be super
tax
fun.
write-off.
Brenda would
definitely a tax write-off.
Brenda's owned the salon. It's been open for 30 years, and she is like the biggest fan. And she's on a cruise this week, and she almost wanted to skip her cruise just to come here so she could just.
Do you
chill
understand
with
how much that would be a great promotion for your salon to get them in there? I mean, that would be cool.
Oh, Brenda would just die.
Which one would she draw on a napkin?
Brenda?
Oh, what if that's her though?
Uh-oh.
Oh my God.
Her name's not Brenda. Her name's not Brenda.
Her name's Michelle.
Unless she's giving you a different name.
That is the funniest thing I've ever heard.
Who knows?
Oh God.
Oh.
We don't know who this person is.
Dun dun dun.
You're going under the scissors and it's actually her, like, oh shit. All right, well, we don't have any other questions for you guys. Do you guys want to do a little bit of a live performance in here in studio for us? Would that be all right?
Yeah.
Yeah, maybe in a minute.
All right. Yeah. Well, yeah. We'll do for our listeners. We'll take a break in studio. You'll listen to if I've got any of your guys' music, I'll be playing that during our little bit of a break. So we'll play a little bit of Hot Pink during the break, and then when you come back, you'll hear a live performance from Hot Pink. And this isn't a big studio, so we couldn't get the entire band equipment in here. I mean, it's just
They could have played on top of the pool table.
I mean,
It's like a stage.
You play on top of the pool table.
Oh, I do all the time.
all right. We'll be right back in studio.
Yeah, never.
Oh, the planetarium's doing laser logins? Oh, hell yeah.
You want to introduce the song?
Hi, everybody. Our name is Hot Pink, and this is an original song of ours called China Trees.
You are a green, sleepy king. Hypnotized you wear a string with melatonin potions, deep sleeping pills. You are a balmy TV queen. You crashed and bled through fortune's screen. Tell yourself that you are sucrose, thick and sweet. Freedom, freedom for what you wanna be. is ground control to Major Tom. You really made the grade, and the papers want to know whose shirt you wear. Now it's time to leave the capsule if you dare. This is Major Tom to ground control. I'm stepping through the door, and I'm floating in the most peculiar way. Now the stars look very different today. For here am I sitting in my tin can, far above the world. Planet Earth is blue, and there's nothing I can do. Though I've walked 100,000 miles, I'm feeling very still. And I think my spaceship knows which way to go. Tell your wife I love her very much, she knows. Ground control to Major Tom, your circuit's dead. There's something wrong. Can you hear me, Major Tom? Can you hear me, Major Tom? Can you hear me, Major Tom? Can you hear? Am I floating in my tin can? Far above the moon. Planet Earth is blue, and there's nothing I can do.
Peering into the inner thoughts and expressions of men. Women submit questions for Adam and Tack to get brutal, honest admissions. We call this the Guyry. Guyry? Really? Is that the best we could come up with?
All right, guys, our first question comes from Maxine in Florida.
Max.
The guy I'm dating.
Maxine. Oh, that's Roxanne. I was close.
Oh, God damn it, Adam.
Okay,
Take
ready?
the dick out of your mouth.
The guy I'm dating texts me all the time, but never calls. Why do guys do this?
Because everyone does. Stop reading into it.
Because being on the phone is the worst.
Literally, like, I can't even.
I think it's an age thing, too.
Texting is not personal. Yeah.
I would prefer to make a phone call, honestly. I would prefer to be on the phone with a girl that I'm dating.
Yeah.
They're dating. They were dating, right? I heard all that correctly?
Yeah, no, but it's different now. Yeah, it used to be like you knew you were into someone because you would stay up until like 3 a.m. on your parents' phone talking.
Yeah.
But that's only because you couldn't text.
That's a good point.
That's because I couldn't drive.
Yeah, but texting is so impersonal, though.
Yeah, but that's what people do now. Like, it's just all text. They date on their phones. Like, people will swipe left for half an hour on Tinder and be like, "Oh my God, I just went dating." Like, that's just what it is. I don't like being on the phone. Texting was a godsend for me. Yeah. And I don't believe in God, so that's how big it was.
Yeah, I'd say if they're long distance, but if they're dating, I'm sure they're not long distance.
Yeah.
Then it's more important.
Some people make dumb choices.
Long
I don't
distance,
think Max is one of
You
those.
do need to spend hours on the phone.
Maxine, this sounds just like it's a personal preference. I don't think don't read too much into it. It's just a personal
He probably
preference.
doesn't
That's
like you. He probably doesn't love you.
Get him, Ray.
Whoa.
Get him.
He's
Get him.
probably cheating on you, yeah.
Whoa.
Get him, Ray.
Oh.
Probably fucking somebody else.
No. Just go see him. Josh, do you have any?
Jesus.
What?
Yeah, I hate being on the phone.
Welcome to Thunderdome.
I'll text any day.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's one of those. If she really does have a problem with it, you should talk to him. Let him know, hey, I do like to talk. I've had women I was dating say, hey, I do like to talk occasionally. All right, cool, call me. Like, I'm fine with that. If you want to call me, I just don't expect me to initiate the call. It's not in me. I'm happy to, but I'm not going to be the one to initiate.
That's fair.
What if
Yeah,
being a
definitely.
girl, if she starts doing a lot of sexting towards him, do you think that might entice a call later on?
No,
that
that'll
night?
make him want you to keep sexting.
Yeah, he'll keep texting
Yeah,
you.
because
But if
you
she
can't
says,
send me
but
dirty
you
pictures
call
on the
me
phone.
later on tonight, you can hear how it feels or something like that.
Whoa.
Or I could just
Hey.
come over later tonight.
But you might call her later that night, right?
No,
No?
I'm going
Not
to
even
ask her
for
to.
phone sex?
I'm going to ask her to send me a video.
All right, number 2.
Do you not own a smartphone?
I live with my boyfriend. We
Oh,
don't
that's
need
true,
to
too.
do it on the
I'll
phone.
text her from the bathroom.
Yeah, I'll
We can-
Skype. Yo,
we
we can
can-
do a quick Skype session. You want to get
Actually,
into it
better
like
yet,
that?
Maxine, just go to his house.
Has
you
he
guys
ever
just
sent you
get
a dick
together,
pic?
get off the phone,
That's a
and
good
just see
question.
each other.
Has Adam ever sent you a dick pic?
No. All right, number 2.
She shot that down.
I mean, no, he sent me a dick pic that he had made for another girl that he had sent to her, and it was an old dick pic.
oh, that's a
This
sore
is
subject.
true.
Whoops.
No, it's not a sore subject. I don't.
There's no sores on
It
it.
But he
sounded
never,
sore.
he never sent me one. You asked.
It's a callous
I never made
subject.
her a personalized dick pic.
You should get with that
doesn't
one.
need to.
You should get that one chick that dresses up the penises for the little dioramas.
Yes.
I get a personalized live dick show every day. Why would I need a dick pic?
I prefer the
Oh.
move, the helicopter.
So those.
So
girls
you
have-
forwarded her a dick pic that you sent to another girl?
Listen, there's a story behind it. I've told this a few times on the podcast.
and
To
I
make
called him out on it second it happened.
to make a long story short, I was very proud of this picture, but there was also some behind the scenes stories about this picture. I lost a lot of weight doing some supplement shit from one of my employees out in Tampa. Yeah, it's that picture. Josh knows this. And the picture that I had was me standing in front of a mirror. It's almost like a selfie, but not a selfie.
Oh, it was a
selfie.
full body?
Yes, full body.
Not just your
However,
dick?
right, I was wearing a nice shirt
Oh.
and jeans, and I had the dick hanging out of the jeans. However, for the photo that I did as my after picture, after I lost all the weight and got into shape a little bit better, I'm not in shape now, but when I took the picture, I used that picture and gave it to him. This went into magazines, websites, all these places as before and after as a patient, a customer.
With your dick out?
Well, no, I cropped up above the dick. However, when because Josh knew the picture, I sent my dick pic to Josh. Josh knew what picture it was.
That's a
and
weird
he-
friendship.
Yes, it is.
He had to know if it was good, you know.
He absolutely loved it because I submitted it like under the premise this is my after picture, and it really was my picture of my dick. It was great. I mean, you couldn't see it in the publication that they did, but sorry. All right, I'm sorry. Deviated from your Guyry segment.
Yes. I totally knew it was. I was like, no, you didn't just do this. It's the old one.
Didn't stop her from showing it to her friends at her salon, though.
Oh, you
Why?
did?
It wasn't for me. It was for some other girl, so that's free.
I don't care though. It doesn't matter. I'm proud of my dick. I'm okay
I
with
asked first.
That's why I would never send a fucking dick pic.
it. Yeah,
We're
it gets
close. It
shattered.
wasn't like random girls. It was my girls. He knows them all personally, so that makes it even.
They've all seen
That
my
makes
dick.
it worse.
We're family.
That makes it worse.
Family. All right. Number 2 is from Chelsea in Florida. My boyfriend acts differently, i.e., distant, around his friends, around his friends than when
Glasses.
it is just the two of us. He acts different when he's with his friends.
Yeah, that's pretty common.
Yep.
He's going to.
No, he's cheating on you. He's fucking somebody else.
He's fucking one of his guys.
I love Ray's angle on these. No matter what, he's fucking another girl.
Yeah.
That's the answer here.
Or a guy. He's fucking his friends.
No.
Yeah, no, that's common. You're gonna see a more intimate side of that person, regardless if you're with them. You know, if you're doing it right, at least you're gonna get to know him in a more intimate level, in a more interesting way that his friends will never see.
Hopefully.
Hopefully, he's crossing his fingers and knocking on wood right now. So yeah, he's going to be different around other people. That's most people are like that. You're different. You act a different way in a group than you do when you're one-on-one with someone.
Yep.
I was going to say, I'm sure she doesn't act the same way around her girlfriend.
Exactly. Yeah.
When
you
he's around.
act
when he's
completely
around-
different around your friends than you do when it's just you and I.
Of
Yeah.
course.
As well as my friends. You act very similar to as you act with your girls around my friends. It's a different personality.
Yeah, I'm sure when he's around you and your girlfriends, I'm sure you act a certain way, and then when he leaves, you show his dick pic to everyone at work. I'm sure
right.
that's
Well, no, as soon as all
Yeah.
you leave, I take off all my clothes. I mean,
Yeah, pretty common.
yeah. It's nothing. That's nothing.
Kind of freaks Josh, my son, out upstairs, but other than that, it's okay.
nuh-uh. No, that's private. Okay. Number 3 is from Sarah in Texas. I'm not exactly sure what was meant by this or how to take it. He said, I love you, but I'm not in love with you.
He let you down.
Ooh.
Start fucking other people. He's actually Ray. I'll let you handle this
Yeah,
one.
he's fucking somebody else.
Yes.
She must have known Ray was going to be on this show.
Or he wants to fuck somebody else. That's best case scenario.
Yeah.
He wants to let her down without hurting her feelings as much as possible.
Or he's just trying to keep you on the hook to keep fucking you. Yeah, like that's.
I love you, but I'm not in love with you.
Yeah, that's
Maybe
a
he's
letdown.
Yeah.
just insecure.
That literally
No,
means
that's a
he will
breakup.
fuck you, but he doesn't want to. He will not marry you.
And the assumption here is that they're still together.
So she's
That
like
was her
this
boyfriend?
super awesome girl, but just not the girl for him.
I mean, maybe.
Maybe that's looking at the best case scenario more practically and more realistically. He's probably just not into her. You like to tell yourself, see, that's the thing. Women like to tell themselves, oh, but he loves me. He's just not in love with me, but he still loves me. No, chick. That's not what's happening here.
I would
He's
think
not
that's
interested,
friends.
and he doesn't want you to go completely psycho on him in public, so he's trying to find a nice way to let you down easily. That's what's happening.
Yep.
Because if he just came out and said, look, I'm just not into you. Well, you loved me last week. And it turns into a whole thing. And next thing you know, you know Krav Maga, apparently. And you just start beating the living shit out of him in public in a restaurant.
That's not what you said when your dick was in my mouth in the parking lot.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Yeah, I agree completely with Jay on this one. And
Okay.
and ironically, I completely agree with Ray.
Yep.
He's fucking somebody else.
All right. So if you ever tell me that, I already know what's
I'll
up.
be fucking somebody else, yeah.
All right. I'll go find Hot Pink. All right. Number 4 is from Amy in Ohio. When is a good time to introduce my new guy to my parents? When should I meet his? Do you think if they don't like me, it will affect our relationship?
There's a lot of things.
Can you repeat the question?
Okay.
I'm serious. I didn't.
When is a good time to introduce my new guy to my parents? And when should I meet his? And do you think if they don't like me, it will affect our relationship?
It depends on how close he is to his parents and she is to hers. If they're going to influence either one of their decisions, then it could potentially have an impact. However, the sooner the better, in my opinion. If you're serious about someone, especially if you've fallen in love with that person, get those introductions done immediately, just to see how the people work together, how the communication flows. You want to do it right off the bat.
So it would affect the relationship then?
Potentially. It depends on how much they're influenced by their parents' opinions.
Yeah, it depends how close you are. There's a lot of factors there. There's a lot of gray area with that because, I'm of the school of thought that you don't introduce each other to you not until it's like dead serious. I'm one of those. Like, I'm not bringing you into my family unless I know this is going to happen. Because at that point, I don't care what my family thinks. You know what I mean? I'm in love with this woman. What my family thinks isn't going to change that. It's not going to change how I feel about you. But on the other angle of that is people that are closer to the family and do take that kind of input, they want to kind of knock that out first because, hey, look, if mama don't like you, it ain't going to work.
Yeah, well, Jay's Latin
Consider
too.
your friends your family too, though.
Yeah, absolutely. Certain friends, yes, absolutely.
Yeah, I have 3 friends that any woman I date has to get approval from. Yep. I actually take that approval a little more seriously than my family, to be honest with you.
Yeah, we talked about this a long time ago. One of the shows is that you've got different levels of introducing. Like, at what level do you introduce the new girl or guy you're dating to your children? At what level do you introduce them to your friends, like your inner circle of friends? At what level do you introduce them to your parents? There's all different litmus tests to see if they're going to pass these little, barriers of becoming a mate.
How long do you wait for each one? Weeks.
You already knew my parents, or my mother.
No, we don't count. That all happened in like a matter of like 3 days.
That's a good point.
Josh, you were going to say? Answer, Miss...
No, I mean, they pretty much hit the nail on the
Amy?
head. Jay did. I was just, as soon as you hit a point where you decide, like, this is a thing that I'm going to do for at least, like, 2 years.
And chances,
at least 2
like,
years?
this is going to happen for a while.
We got another year then, huh? Right?
Yeah, there's a real chance in my situation, like you mentioned the kids, you're going to meet my parents before you meet my kid.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
Oh, yeah.
The kids is more, yeah.
Yeah, because I'm not about to put another woman in my kid's life. And you're going to meet my parents first.
That's admirable, really.
Yeah,
I mean,
if you're meeting my kid,
to do it.
if you're meeting my kid, it's because he's the ring bearer at our wedding.
That's
when,
awesome.
when I know it's that serious.
That's funny.
I guess sometimes you just know. Because I always said the
sometimes you
same
do.
thing and always did the same thing too. But you met Alyssa right away. I met Josh right. Everything. 3
Yeah, there's
days.
no real right answer to that one. That's just how, that depends how close you are to each other's family. It's not uncommon that you meet her parents first and then you might not meet his parents later on if he's not that close.
Yeah, I met his parents first though, and then I met him. Maybe that was the difference. All right, number 5. Samantha in California. Why is it wait. Okay. Number 5 is Samantha in California. Why is the less interest you show in a guy, the more he wants to be with you?
Oh, this is such the game material right here.
Yeah.
That is called the cat string theory or the takeaway. There's different theories about that, how human psychology works in these situations. So think of a cat for a minute playing with a string. The cat is just enamored with this string, loves the string, goes after the string. The string's going away from the cat. You're tugging on it, so it makes it shake.
Is the cat in a box and is it actually there?
No, not that cat.
Okay.
As soon as the cat catches the string and the string stops moving, the cat's done and starts to move on. So you always have to keep that cat entertained by the string by taking it away, and that's called cat string theory. That's like rule number 3 in learning how to properly pick up women and keep their attention. Same thing there.
No, that's not what she asked. Oh,
Yeah, that's
you meant
exactly what she
reversed?
asked.
Yeah.
Okay.
Just reverse.
Yeah, it's basically you always want what you can't have, and then once you get it, you don't want it.
Yeah.
It's kind of like the Hatchimal. You're gonna kick and scream. Your kids are gonna kick, scream, and cry for it. And then once they get it, they're gonna lose interest after 20 minutes and say, "Yeah, you should have got me a PlayStation."
That's funny.
Okay.
I don't have a better answer for that. It's human psychology is at play there. We can't resolve that one for.
Yeah, and that's one of the, like, if you're just playing games with somebody, like you just want to play hard to get to see if they're, stop playing fucking games. Just stop that crap. We're grown-ups. I'm assuming if you're listening to this, it's because you don't need your mom and dad's permission. If you're not into the guy, just be upfront. Like, I'm not interested. And if he keeps pursuing, well, at that point, he's just a stalker.
Or
he's fucking somebody else, probably.
There you go.
Yeah.
That's the best answer for all of the Geigery questions from this point
All
forward.
right, let's see if it works with this one.
Can we keep that as a soundbite for future episodes?
Done. I'm going to get it set up.
This one's Megan in Florida. I know men fall asleep post-sex. What about during? A study said 48% men admitted they have at least once. Is this true at all?
I have absolutely.
How about you?
I've absolutely fallen asleep during sex once.
Yes?
Whoa.
I was in the Army. I had just we went out to Fort Polk, Louisiana for a month of training, and it is a grueling, it's typically 3 months, and we had to condense it down to a month. And it was grueling, and it was late nights, and it was sleep deprivation. When I got home, all I wanted was to crawl into my bed and sleep for a week. That's all I wanted to do. But I was living with my son's mom before we had the baby. Matter of fact, we're 90% sure this was the day he was conceived.
You're asleep.
We're pretty sure. Because we got it, and we started fooling around, and I was in it. I hadn't seen her for a month, so yeah, I was down with it. But I think about 10 minutes in.
What position were you guys in?
It was
missionary.
No. She was on top. She was on that, and that's what it was. As soon as my head hit the pillow, I was knocked the fuck out, and she got so pissed. I mean, she kept going. Obviously, we got a baby now.
With good reason.
Little man, if
With
you're
good
listening
reason.
to this 10 years from now, that's this is the story about how mommy and daddy made baby.
Is that how I get a baby? When I'm on top of Adam, I'll just knock him out.
Did you come while you were asleep?
Apparently,
Just punch him in the side of the head.
Congratulations!
yeah, no, it was so bad. Like she was pissed at me because she thought it was me passing judgment on her abilities, which was not the case. It was me having about 35 hours of sleep over the course of the last month.
How would you feel if a girl fell asleep while you were banging her?
It'd be confusing.
Aside from the feeling that I was committing a felony,
I was going to say, when at some point that turns into rape. At some point,
yeah. How would I feel? I'd feel felonious. That's how I would feel.
Wait, so how do you feel to have been raped then? Because if you fell asleep and she kept fucking you till you came, I mean,
yeah, at that point it turned into more her hate fucking me.
You're
while
a
I
rape
was asleep.
victim now.
No,
technically,
no, because I wanted
He
it.
was asleep, but his penis was still awake.
He was still liking it.
It was at half mast, probably.
I don't think I've ever fallen
And they
asleep
were a
during
couple.
sex.
I
You can't
definitely
rape
have
the
not
willing.
fallen asleep during
Yeah, I don't
sex.
think I've ever.
Ever?
I mean, maybe if I was completely obliterated drunk.
Well,
or,
I mean, like 50%. I mean, it's not. Oh, they admitted to it, so obviously there's more.
you have?
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. Just wasted.
It's about 50% of the guys in here. Yeah, see?
I guess that's a good point. Good numbers. Yeah.
I could see it happening.
I
Have you-
came
we should.
back after, like, I woke up. That was fun. That was a little confusing too.
What position were you in?
On my back.
On your back?
All right, so if the guy's really tired, girls, don't get him on his back or he'll pass out. And if
How
he
much
does,
sex
then
do you guys
obviously-
have where you're just like, oh, there's a girl riding my dick, and you're just like, I'm gonna take a fucking
Time out.
snoozer.
That's the wrong perspective.
Yeah.
The real question is, how many shots did I have?
Yeah.
Yeah.
How many nights of sleep have I lost over the last month?
So it wasn't
sleep deprivation
it wasn't
and
like you were just
alcoholism.
bored, and it was like, oh, this is like,
No, it's totally.
No, it wasn't.
passed
No,
out.
let me tell you, it was amazing stuff. What I remember, like before knocking out,
you just
it was amazing
physically-
I bet it
stuff.
was
I
the
just
best
physically
dream
could not
ever.
stay
physically
awake.
couldn't stay awake.
Yeah.
Best dream ever. You're just like,
Sleep deprivation and
guess-
alcoholism is a great band
I
name,
guess-
though.
That'd
Yeah.
be a great way to go to sleep if you think about it.
Yeah.
Like feeling total ecstasy. And
Yeah,
then
I was
just
gonna say, like,
falling
I
asleep.
guess I can. It's never happened to me, but I guess I understand. Like, you feel really relaxed when you're, especially when you're laying down and the girl's on top.
It's like a massage.
So it's like I can see how you can fall asleep. I guess I don't know. I'm
Alright,
just so excited to have it
Just to be
happening.
involved.
Yeah.
willingly.
I'm just like, oh, I want to
Nice.
remember every second.
All right, this one's from Catherine in Delaware. What kinds of insecurities do men deal with?
Girls from Delaware. No, I'm just kidding, Catherine.
Like insecurity, like within ourselves.
Yes.
Does
Jay?
this outfit make me look fat?
Yeah, no, it's a lot of the same ones that women go through. We're just not as vocal about it. Like I'm always worried that she's never going to be as excited to see me naked as I am to see her naked.
Right?
We're
That's
a train
a big
wreck.
one. That's a big one.
That's a good
Yeah.
point. We're train wrecks.
This isn't maintained. It's just it's like that Louis C.K. but it's just a sweaty mess. Looks like a pigtail.
There's a
Curls.
high level of stereotype put on the man being the provider of families, even though we're now it's 2016 and we're supposed to be 50-50 everything responsibility. Blah. No, there's still a very serious stereotype of men to be the providers and to take care of and the security of the family and all that stuff. So an insecurity that I've thought about in the past is, am I being that provider? Am I being that, comfort blanket for my family to know that they're safe in our home or whatever? So, I mean, that's certainly an insecurity. And I don't know if my dick's big enough. That's an insecurity too.
Yeah, mine.
I tell you
I'm just kidding.
that every day.
I just wanted to say my dick
mean
again.
It, or are you just being nice? Don't answer that. God, I don't need to know that.
You want to see this picture I've got? It's a
No,
really cool picture.
I really don't.
It's a selfie.
He gets proof
I get proof.
that you're too big.
Oh, yeah.
Okay,
It's
next.
too big?
A little bit.
That's makes me feel. My girlfriend told me one time, right after we started dating, she told me about one guy that she had sex with that his dick was too big and she had to stop having sex with him because she couldn't handle it.
Oh, no, I'll handle it.
And I was like,
Screw
why would
that.
you tell me that?
Freaking
Andrea's
awesome.
like, no, I'm a fucking lady. I'm going to handle.
I'm like, why would you tell me that? We've had sex tons of times and you've never been like, whoa, that's too much.
Every guy wants to be that guy that just obliterated your woman mouth.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's all we want.
And as for like being that household, every single day, I am so thankful that I have this place to live.
Aw.
It's because of you.
Oh.
And for Alyssa, and this year we will have heat in a house. Last year,
Not if
Alyssa
you
and
live
I
with
had no
Adam.
heat. We had an electric blanket and we're freezing to death because a tree had fallen.
You're
on our
gonna.
trailer.
You're even though I can provide the air conditioning to provide you heat, there will be no heat. I like it to be 70 degrees at all times in the house.
But it won't get like below 30 where your air
Okay.
breath.
I feel like this is becoming
Brother.
something else.
Yeah, this turned into a
Okay, last
counseling
question.
session.
This one actually I got first time on Facebook. It was my first
Oh, sweet.
Facebook question. It's from Melinda in Florida. It says, if men are hardwired to cheat, how do you keep faithful? Is there something a woman can do to keep her man from cheating, or is it just inevitable that all men will cheat
Okay.
because they can?
Okay, no, stop with the idea that men are hardwired to cheat. No, that's something that assholes tell women to excuse themselves for being assholes. Men are not hardwired to do anything.
Yeah. I've
That-
never cheated on a girl.
Yeah, that's a horseshit. I've cheated. I've been an absolute monster to women, but it's not because I'm hardwired. It's just because I'm a fucking idiot and can't
Yeah.
keep my dick
It's
in my
selfishness. is
Yeah,
what it
it's
is.
selfish. That's all it is.
That's
I
the
can,
best
so
adjective.
I will.
Yeah, that's the best adjective for
Yeah,
it.
that's all it is. I've had full decision making, and I've also dated women where I haven't cheated on just because I was happy where I was and didn't want to lose that. Like, if you care enough, you're gonna not. Women are just as likely to cheat as a man. That's all it is. That's like, change your perspective on that and stop believing what some asshole told you 5 years ago. And every asshole apparently has told you since then.
Right. I've never cheated on a woman ever. I've just gotten out of it when I've been unhappy. That's it. Don't make a scene when things need to go separate ways. And that's for both parties. That's
That
not
is hard to do,
Yes.
though. That is hard to do.
It shouldn't be. If you're doing it right, you should be open and honest about it. Like, if it's, I mean, no one's happy if the other one's unhappy.
Now,
It's never a
to get-
surprise.
To get out of a relationship that you're not happy in, like, nobody wants to hurt someone else's feelings. So it's like,
Yeah, but it's not like,
that's why
if
I
I'm
think
unhappy,
a lot of people will start cheating and seeing someone else because they're like, I don't want to break up with this person and break their heart.
Yeah, but you
So
have
they
to
end up
realize
cheating and then
You're
breaking their
hurting
heart
them
even
more.
more.
Yeah, but you have to realize too, that person's more than likely also unhappy. No one's happy. Like, if I'm unhappy, there's no way she's
I
happy.
don't know.
so let me
If
ask you.
she's happy, she's lying to
If
herself.
she likes you more than you like her, then she might be smitten just to be with you. And that because I've been
yeah,
on
but
the
that,
other
you can't
end
confuse
of
that for happiness too. Because if they're not happy, they're ignoring you. They're not giving you as much time as you want. They're not spending.
Yeah.
You're not
I
not
guess it
getting
depends
that
on the
bonding
situation,
thing there.
but
So let me ask you guys a question on her topic, because it was how she phrased the question was pretty interesting. It almost sounds like she's been cheated on, but she's still with the guy, and she wants to rationalize a man's train of thought. And maybe
Yeah.
she's read and done some research on her own and has come to this conclusion on her own.
Yeah, stop.
Because she's saying,
Yeah.
is there something a woman can do to keep her man from cheating?
Yeah, stop sleeping with a guy that cheats on you.
yeah, that's there's just no.
But what if she
excuse
wants to
for
keep
it,
this guy?
Really,
So
there's
no,
no excuse.
you need
for
it. You need to make better choices if you want to keep.
There's
that
no
guy. That's all
excuse
that is.
for it. And if he did it once, then I mean,
I'm not going to go that far to say if you do it once, you do it again, because I've made mistakes.
he might never do it again, but
But
you
if
can't
it's-
undo it.
Yeah, if you're having that conversation because it's because it's happened more than once. Oh, baby, that's just how I am, but I love you, boo, but I'm not
Yeah.
in love with you.
Nice. We have a ton of sound drops from this episode for sure. I'm snagging them all.
Right. Were you done?
Yeah, I'm done. I was trying to help. I was trying to change the perspective on her opinion to see if I could get another answer out of the guys, but
No
it doesn't
excuse-
really.
No excuse for cheating. That's
Yeah, I
just
mean,
a guy
if you-
being an asshole.
That's done.
Yeah.
That's it. That's done. Over.
Or well, hang on. I can make one recommendation. How does she? What can she do to help keep the guy from straying?
Make sandwiches.
Threesomes and in the butt and sandwiches, and that's it.
Yeah.
Dear God.
What about lasagna?
Sandwiches in the butt?
We're not all. We do not all co-sign on this.
Guy? Did you just say sandwiches in the butt with another guy?
I mean, all right.
You said
Can I
threesomes.
watch? I'll watch. I like that. All right. All right.
I'm hungry now.
Yes.
Adam's about to make me a sandwich, actually.
Out of my butt.
Well, that is all of our questions we have this evening, guys. So that is the end of our shows. I hope you guys all enjoyed your Thanksgivings, because when they hear this, our listeners
It should be
will
Thanksgiving.
have been
Yes.
eating turkey.
This goes out on Thursday, and Thursday is Thanksgiving. So
Yeah, gobble gobble, everybody.
91% of our listeners will probably have turkey.
the other
Thanksgiving.
9% will have bald eagle. We talked about that.
No, we're having pernil at my house, bro.
And everyone remember to sing Jingle Bells on Thanksgiving, because it was originally a Thanksgiving Day song.
You and Tack still need to do your parodies. We got to get you guys to sing and do parodies and stuff. Tack and Andrea both sing, and I'm trying to get them to do something for the show. I just got to figure out what to do.
Try harder.
Oh, that too.
You gotta
make
do
them
your
sandwiches.
personal best.
Hey, we want to send a very special thanks out to Hot Pink for coming in here. And,
Oh, that was so awesome.
dude, that
We
was-
haven't mentioned that yet, have we?
No.
Oh, yeah.
No, well, this is the end of
That.
the show. I'm so fucking confused.
Is this
on
the after segment?
timelines. Yes,
Yeah,
this is the
segment,
closing
yeah.
segment.
Yeah, we haven't mentioned the after effect at all yet.
Wait, we should do that after we end the show.
Should we re-record the diary?
Wait, what?
No, I'm
Yeah,
kidding.
let's start over.
She
Josh.
just
Let's
mentally
start over.
slapped the fuck.
Yeah,
out of
you see that? I felt that. I felt that on my third eye. But no, we do want to say thanks to those guys. That was an awesome interview and fucking stellar performance. Hopefully the video comes out. Obviously the audio looked like it was recorded really, really well. Tack is going to work some post magic to make sure it is produced perfectly, so it sounds good for those guys. But really, there's not much work that needed to be done. Those guys were phenomenal in studio, and we wanted to say thank you to them very, very much. We're in the show notes for this week. We're going to include all of the dates, at least for the next 3 weeks or 4 weeks, for those guys and the locations of those of where they're going to be performing. So
Definitely
go check them out.
link their website, definitely.
Yeah. I'll put all their stuff, their Facebook page, their website, all their shows, all that stuff will be in our show notes. What else? Actually, we got Ray, Brito, and Jay. So when we start with Ray, plug any gigs that you got going on. Oh, goddamn, we didn't even talk about the all-female show that we just went to see. So real quick, we went to see Ray Brito at an all-female cast. I mean, he wasn't on the stage, but it's his show. Down at Old School Pizza down in Melbourne. Andrea sponsored it from Brent Allen Salon and Spa. Giving a grand prize to one of them, and then prizes to all the other girls on stage. Plus, she had
It was really awesome. All the girls were so funny. Like,
that was a
they
good
just-
show. Yeah,
There was a girl for everything you could think of. So you went from everything. I don't know what I'm saying.
that's good.
I mean,
It was a good
there was just,
variety
it was
of
a
comics.
good
I was
variety.
lucky to get comics to come from Orlando and Daytona and all over the place to
They're fun.
put
I
together
can't
the
wait
show.
to do their hair. So all of them, I will get a chance to meet personally and do their beautiness. And one of the comics was talking about makeup. So I went up and talked to her and I said, instead of your haircut, I'm going to teach you about contouring.
Blair. Yeah.
Josh's sister Stephanie and her husband Dan came out to say their names. I assume they're okay with that. They came out to see the show as well, and
Oh,
They
that's
come
who was
every
with
time
you?
with us. Yeah, they've
Yeah,
come
that's
who was
all
with
the-
you?
yeah, Stephanie Dan. Stephanie's his sister.
Oh,
Yep.
okay.
And no, we had a fucking blast. That was a really good show. I was gonna say something about that show real quick. Forgot what the fuck I was gonna say about it though.
And what did they have to do with it?
Yeah, it had to do with them.
They liked it.
They were the ones that were standing outside with you guys when
Yeah.
I took the picture.
No, but yeah, it was a fantastic show, and we look forward to doing another one of those. So go ahead, plug where you're going to be for the next couple of weeks.
I guess the only show I want to plug is December 2nd is the Drunken stand-up comedy show where I just came up with this idea an hour ago or 2 hours ago.
Really?
All the comics are going to just drink beer on stage and they have to finish a beer, at least one beer during their set. So it should be interesting.
I remember what I was going to say. Me and Dan made a comment about that show, about the all-women show. I went into it expecting to hear period jokes, and I was not let down.
There were quite a few. Yeah,
Quite a few period
there were some
jokes.
period jokes, yeah.
All right, I'm sorry. So it's
Girls
going to
have
be
periods.
your next one's going to be just a bunch of comics drinking beer on stage. How is that any different from any other
Yeah.
night?
Actually,
It's
you're
like the
right.
bearded show. It's not any different than any other
Yeah.
fucking comedy
Without
night.
period jokes.
Without period jokes? Yes.
Oh, true.
I talked about World War II.
Period joke.
That was a stretch.
Yeah.
I'm running out of gimmicks over here, you guys.
All right, Jay, where can our listeners find you?
I'm actually taking a little bit of a hiatus over the holidays just because I will have my kid and family from Colombia. The next dates I have booked are...
Bogota.
What?
Viva la Bogota.
Bogota.
Oh, we're from Cali, but that's all right too.
Oh, Cali. I was
there. Next dates I have, I'm not up until January. I'm taking the whole month of December off.
Nice, dude.
I'll be at Gregory's on January 12th, 13th, and 14th. Yeah, I may book some stuff. I may try to
2
book some
months
stuff in
ahead.
December.
Okay.
And if you're missing going to see Ray, you can always catch him almost every week except next week on Living Podcarously.
You meant Jay.
What did I say?
You said Ray.
It rhymed.
Ray,
I
Jay.
meant Jay.
That's right. We know
I'm
who you-
looking right at you.
I know who you really want. That's why I thought, why are you looking at me? We
Sorry,
don't
let me
have a
do that
romantic
again.
thing going on here.
Let me do that again. So if you're missing Jay, you can always catch him on Living Podcarously in the Twisted 10. Except for next week, he's going to be gone.
Yeah, next week I will not be here. I will be out attending family and work functions next week.
Cool. Well, we'll miss you. Oh, you're going to miss your Twisted 10? No, actually, that's
Tax on
Twisted
it.
10.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's right, because we're skipping one this week.
Damn it.
All right.
No, that makes
Really
it
hope-
yours.
Josh, do you have anything that you want to plug? Or
No, I'm
No?
good. Thanks for having me.
yeah, thank
It's
you
always
for
a good
coming
time.
in. That was it was a good night to be here. That was our
Yeah.
I think that was one of our best. Sucks Hack wasn't here. I feel so bad for him, but it's one of our most fun shows that we've ever done. If
And
that's a
I'm
correct
still on a
verbiage.
super high from just sitting in my floor watching.
I know there's
Hot
still a
Pink
snail
perform.
trail for you being in love with the Hot Pink up there.
Andrea got all fluttery-eyed and stuff.
Yeah,
I
she
wanted
did.
to have sex with a singer. I'll say it again. I'll say it on stage or on mic.
Get it? You should see him in his outfit. He actually has a pink
In the
jacket
pink
that he wears.
suit?
Yes, and he's got
Yeah.
the mustache. He's
Oh.
a great stage performer. Let me just put it this way.
That's what I wanted to ask them too. There's a great band called the Dap Kings. Sharon Jones and Sharon Jones actually just passed away this Saturday.
Oh,
Yeah, sadly. But yeah, they've actually got a lot of production that goes into their live shows. I meant to ask about that next time.
yeah.
Next
Hopefully we
time
can have
Hot
him in
Pink, you
again.
guys
I would
are
love to
back.
have him back in again. That's Bill. He just came back in to get his phone that he left here. He's like, dude, we had a good time. We're talking about it in the car. You guys did some pretty good stuff. So they've already listened to a few of the episodes just to see how we run our show. So we're on a roll. I'm loving it. We've got a really good set of shows that have.
It's going to be a high bar to fall down from.
I know, right?
Next week, we're going to interview Trump. So, everyone.
All right. I don't know. Let's get out of here. What do you say?
Yep.
All right. Thanks for listening this week, guys. We greatly appreciate it. And be sure to check out the show notes, click on the links, and go visit our new favorite band of the podcast, Hot Pink. All right. See ya.